into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very big good morning to you on this gorgeous Youth Day, South Africa. Thank you so much for choosing to spend the long weekend along with us as we celebrate all things bold, all things brilliant, and definitely the unstoppable energy of South Africa's youth. As you know, today is the 16th of June. It's Youth Day, a powerful reminder of young voices that shape history, but also define the future of Mzansi. And we're going to be shining a spotlight on young achievers making major moves, all right? I'm talking about a 15-year-old long and triple jump sensation, Skylar van Dyke, to rising music star, one of my favorites, Anika Kiana, who's dropping her latest single called One Taste, and also serving up her go-to comfort recipe. I know Raul's going to enjoy this one, a smashed burger with honey glazed bacon. Oh my goodness, my mouth waters just thinking about it. And then we'll also be taking a closer look at the global stage coming to the mother city as the city prepares to host the One Young World Summit in 2026. Now, this is the world's most international youth leadership event, and what better city to do it than right here in Cape Town? Plus, in true Youth Day spirit, we're asking the big question in our special panel discussion, and we've got some great people sitting on our couch answering this one. Has the Rainbow Nation aged well? It's been a couple of years since our democracy has been set in place, and we want to know how the progress of that is going. It's definitely a moment of inspiration and, of course, a moment of reflection, but most importantly, a morning of celebration. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, it is Expresso on S3. And you've heard from me, Carissa, but now I hand it over to Ryle. A very good morning to you, Nature Boy. How's it going?
Good morning to you, Carissa. Good morning, more importantly, to you, you beautiful people. What a day for it. It is Monday. It is a public holiday, so don't worry if you are still waking up with a little bit of cloud in the head. It's from the weekend, and I hope you had a beautiful one. I definitely did, and I'm coming here with all the energy that you need to get you through this Monday and set off your week on the absolute perfect note. So before we do, obviously we want to have a conversation with you. And 1976 was a very, very tumultuous time, but also a turning point in our country. And I think since then the youth have been changing. Our youth has been fighting and evolving, to say the least. And we want to know from you, what do you think is one of the biggest things with regards to the youth of this generation? What's changed? What inspires you about them? And what uplifts you? We want to know from you what is happening with the youth of today and what really gets that box ticking. I know for me personally, it's the fact that constantly our youth of today are showing up among some of the most chaotic times, among some of the biggest hurdles. They are showing up dealing with some of the most chaotic moments in our world. But hello, we're going to find out from you, Mzansi. So don't forget the number. It's 063-036-9649. Don't forget the hashtag Expresso Show. And don't forget, we here all morning, well, for the next 3 hours at least, that we're going to be serving you. And speaking of, we've got Carissa standing by with official duties. And that means we're going to serve you with the headlines and then roll on with the rest of the magic. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Nature Boy. With 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get into those national news headlines, where Deputy President Paul Mashatile will deliver the keynote at today's Youth Day commemoration and career exhibition out in Potchefstroom. Now, the event is expected to draw hundreds of young South Africans under the theme Skills for the Changing World, empowering youth for meaningful economic participation. Government and strategic partners are urged to align on education, skills development, and economic inclusion, reinforcing collaboration across sectors to link youth with opportunities and ensure that skills programs translate into real-world economic gains during Youth Month. In other news in the country, search and rescue missions resume in the Eastern Cape as last week's floods claimed the lives of a 10-year-old from Lebode, raising the death toll to 88. Now, police, health teams and volunteer agencies are combing forested areas along the Mthatha River, aided by receding waters, divers, boats and air support. Some bodies have washed over 10 kilometers downstream. Meanwhile, Home Affairs and health officials are busy restoring IDs and chronic medication for displaced residents. Power and water have mostly returned to the OR Tambo district. Into international news making headlines, UNAIDS Executive Director Winnie Mnyamibia has warned that global funding cuts are forcing clinic closures and risking a surge in HIV infections among key populations, including young women, gay and transgender individuals, sex workers, and people who inject drugs. Emphasizing that Africa needs to scale up local pharmaceutical production and harmonize regional regulation, she urged continued international donor support to preserve the gains made in HIV treatment in South Africa. Well, in South Africa, home to 6 million people on antiretroviral therapy, remains committed to reaching its UNAIDS targets despite financial constraints. Meanwhile, fatalities from the Air Indian plane crash have now risen to 279 after more ground deaths were confirmed. Flight 171, a Dreamliner Boeing 787 en route to London, plunged into a hostel moments after takeoff from Ahmedabad last Thursday. Just one passenger survived. Forensic teams have now identified 32 victims, with 14 bodies returned to families. Investigators yesterday recovered the cockpit voice recorder, shifting focus to possible failures in thrust, flaps, or even landing gear. India has grounded all 34 of its Dreamliners as global teams join the investigation. And closing off your first bit of news here, where pop superstar Taylor Swift surprised young patients and their families at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Florida on Friday, turning an ordinary day into something truly special. Now, she spent time chatting with children, taking photos, and offering words of encouragement that brought both families and tears of joy. The smiles also of the families were very apparent, and the hospital's hallways were filled with warmth and happiness as Taylor's kindness created a moment of light in difficult times. Now, her surprise visit left a lasting impression on patients, families, and staff alike. It was more than a quick hello. It felt like a heartwarming hug that will echo in their hearts for years to come. Taylor Swift's good work still continues, and it's beautiful to see that. A heartwarming way to close up your 6 o'clock news. Let's head into your sporting headlines.
Now listen, if you're a cricket fan and you are like Carissa as well, then officially we're going to say yay sports. Why? Because the Proteas ended a 27-year wait for ICC silverware by defeating Australia by 5 wickets on day 4 of the ICC World Test Championship final at Lord's. Now, Aiden Makram was named player of the match for his masterful 136 runs and his 8th Test century, which anchored the successful 4th innings chase. Now, Captain Temba Bavuma added a vital 66 as the Proteas reached the 282-run target, sealing their first senior men's ICC trophy since 1998. Absolutely incredible stuff for South Africans, but not the same when it comes to rugby. Now, Leinster ended their 4th-year wait for silverware with a dominant 32-7 victory over the Vodacom Bulls in Saturday's URC final at Croke Park. Now, the Irish side outclassed the Protea outfit from start to finish, handing the Bulls their 3rd URC final defeat in 4 seasons, and it was a one-sided contest. Well, we move to motorsport action right now, and George Russell claimed Mercedes' first win of the season. And this was at the Canadian Grand Prix, edging Max Verstappen by 0.228 seconds under a late safety car. Now, rookie Kimi Antonelli also finished a brilliant 3rd, becoming F1's 3rd youngest podium finisher. And McLaren's Oscar Piastri took 4th after a dramatic collision with teammate Lando Norris, which ended both their podium hopes. Well, we move to athletics right now, and there is so much happening in this world. But for now, Sweden's Armand Mondo Duplantis thrilled the home crowd by clearing 6.28 meters. And that was to break his own pole vault world record for the 12th time at the Stockholm Diamond League. Now, with victory already sealed, the 25-year-old Olympic champion soared past his previous mark of 6.27 meters. And Duplantis celebrated wildly after his jump, finishing well ahead of Australia's Curtis Marshall on a 5.9 meter. Well, incredible stuff in the world of sport. We'll do it all again in a bit. But for now, though, let's see what weather you can expect for your day.
Thank you so much, Ryle. Let's get into that first bit of weather for this morning, where the South African Weather Service has issued a warning for very cold conditions from Wednesday to Saturday, with maximum temperatures of 10 degrees or lower expected over parts of the Western Cape interior and the Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. Meanwhile, fire crews were deployed yesterday to contain a blaze on the mountain slopes, and that's above Boys Drive near Muizenberg in Cape Town. The City of Cape Town's fire and rescue teams remain on scene to monitor the area. The fire broke out on an unseasonably hot day, with Cape Town and surrounds experiencing temperatures in the high 20s. Now, before we close off, here is your sunrise view of the hour and a great way to get us started on our Youth Day, straight out of Calvinia. This is Hope's beautiful view of her morning, and a stunning one at that. Thank you so much for showing us Calvinia on this beautiful 16th of June, 2025. 21 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town, Hope, and we do hope that you have an absolutely stunning day. 0630369649 is that number to share your Youth Day image with us. We would love to see what the morning looks like through your eyes. Let's get into some temperatures as we see what the rest of the country can experience.
Oh, I tell you, I'm so excited because we're still celebrating Youth Month and we still have absolute young superstars coming through. One by the name of Skylar van Dijk, and she's doing some incredible work. She's going to be representing South Africa on the big stage, but she's only 15 and already a triple and long jump sensation. I'm going to challenge her to a jump off. Yeah! And Sue's got this.
I have a feeling that Skylar might take this one,
Yeah,
but let's see on the other side of this. And then speaking about young people in Mzansi, we've got to celebrate something super special that's happening in Cape Town. It is the One Young World Summit 2026, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. We'll get into the details of all of that on this Happy Youth Day straight after this very short break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, I'm Zanzi. Welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready to be inspired? Now, after more than a decade, the One Young World Summit is returning to African soil, and in 2026, it's Cape Town's time to shine. Now, from the 3rd to the 6th of November, over 2,000 delegates from more than 190 countries will gather in the mother city for what's widely considered the most international youth leadership event in the world. Now, One Young World has grown into a global movement of nearly 19,000 young leaders tackling some of the globe's toughest challenges through innovation, advocacy, and collective action. Now, joining us this Youth Day are 4 absolutely inspiring voices from the One Young World family. We have co-founder Kate Robertson, Ambassador Mandy Muchnik, and councillors Tendai the Beast Mtawarira, as well as Shudufadzo Musida. Kate, let me hit it to you first. The co-founder of this incredible thing we're calling One Young World. Seeing how it's progressed and seeing that it's coming back to kind of home soil in 2026,
Yeah.
apart from this massive smile on your face, how are you feeling about it? And talk to me about this journey of growth. It's been incredible.
Its inspiration was the South African story. I don't live here anymore, but I'm a proud South African. And the inspiration was definitely the one man in the world who showed us that you can grasp the arc of history and bend it towards justice.
Wow.
And you know, our Madiba. And also, we weren't part of the Olympics when I grew up for good reason. We were excluded.
yeah.
And going to the Olympics for the first time, you know, sports fans, South Africans, being there for the first time and seeing every country in the world as the human family changed me and became, for me, just a passion that we would be together, every single country, and be one family. And that really is at the heart, was for me the inspiration for One Young World.
I love that. And again, there's so much incredibleness, and I use that word very loosely because I don't think it really paints the picture of what's going on here. Like you said, you were so daring to have that crazy dream. How dare you? But yet, how incredible it is to see that it's come to materialization. And having superstars, counselors, and ambassadors like this. Beast, I want to put this one to you because coming from that world of sport, how do you think your involvement, firstly, let's say as a counselor, has been in this project, but also seeing that direct impact where a kid looks at you, they see where they're going now, bro? I mean, you get that quite often, right?
No, man, it's been incredible. And I think, you know, when I joined One Young World, you know, I wanted to be in a room with like-minded people.
Yeah.
Because now in my journey post-rugby, you know, I've started philanthropy and started to address some of the issues we're facing globally. And I wanted to come up with solutions. And I've been inspired, you know, by the people that I've come into close contact with, you know, lasting relationships that I've created from the summit in Manchester all the way to Montreal. It's been really inspirational. And you talk about sport. You know, sport plays such a pivotal role in inspiring the next generation. And, you know, when I won all those great things, the World Cup and so forth, and so many other titles, I could see, like, what it did for our youth in our country. And I think One Young World brings that same hope, you know?
Yes.
And it teaches young kids, you know, about resilience, to believe in themselves and believe in the ability that they have, the potential that they have. So for me, there's nothing greater, you know, than that being part of my legacy to inspire the next generation.
It's a beautiful opportunity to just be in front of someone and tell them, hey, I see your potential. Bring it out, bring it out. And I think just having that acknowledgement paints such a beautiful picture for their future. Shudu, you've been working in this space now, traveling across the world. I don't even know where you live these days, to be honest, and no one does, but we're still so grateful that no matter what space you're playing in, you are still creating that impact. And you're someone that advocates change for women, for mental health. What's your involvement been like, and how's the impact felt from your side being a part of this one?
It's been incredible because I've been in so many spaces where, you know, like we speak about the change we want to see, and then you go to One Young World and you see the change. Actual actions. I always speak about how I get to do mentoring sessions, right? And I get into this room with these incredible individuals, and I end up being the one that's being mentored to be daring into actually implementing the change that I want to see, and that's what One Young World is. I've been in so many incredible spaces, but every time I'm at One Young World, I leave a different person, and I'm always so inspired to do more, to be better. But I think the most incredible thing for me is seeing a platform where young people are given the driving seat to create the change that they want to see. These days, ideas are not just about a good idea. What is the story behind your idea? What is your why? And every single ambassador, every single person that walks through those doors has a why that can change the world. And the crazy thing is when you tell people, I want to change the world, it doesn't feel real, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to One Young World and it's like, oh, I can actually change the world.
And I like what you're mentioning about that inspiration, because it's great that you are giving inspiration, but to also receive it, it's almost like this two-way dance of energy, and you're almost turning this thing of inspiration beyond a word, and it becomes a currency for fuel to actually charge this project, charge the destiny, charge the dream. And a beast would essentially be acting as counselors in this space. And then you get ambassadors that get to receive and get to share with us. And Mandy, you're one of these ambassadors, I believe, was it 10, how many years ago?
Now you're giving away my age. But yes, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, you received some of what One World was actually offering from that perspective and giving to youths, and you haven't left since. What was the impact like? Talk to me about what you went through, really.
I think One Young World just redefined the benchmark for me of what I thought was possible as a young person. You know, if you can't see it, you can't dream it. And I really think we have the best talent on this continent, both on and off the field. And that's what I've been passionate about. I guess that's what has driven me over the years to stay involved and to really get other people the amazing opportunity. And I think that's been the most fulfilling part, to see then what those people go on and do. Because as one person, you can only have so much impact. But when you empower people around you, just the ripple effects of change that they go on to create is really exciting to see.
Comes a force that you can't do anything about. You just have to accept it. You can't get in the way of it. Now, Beast, you mentioned this earlier about, and what we're experiencing right now, this exchange of energy. It seems like everybody here gets to benefit from it. Looking at your progress and your career, in hindsight, seeing how many obstacles you also had to overcome, what's the sort of like take-home message that you maybe want to share this year?
Yeah, I think my message to all the young people in South Africa is that get to the summit. You know, it's truly an incredible privilege to be in a room, you know, with so many young people, you know, diverse, and, you know, people that are trying to come up with solutions to solve the world's problems. I would encourage them to look out on One Young World handles on social media and so forth, and look for opportunities to attend, and also approach the organizations that they work for, because they can apply on their behalf. And yeah, it's so inspirational. You know, when you get there, you'll be able to meet people from other parts of the world that are facing different problems, and they're coming up with solutions to solve that. And that's going to have a ripple effect on you, on the youth. So yeah, so that would be my message. You know, get there at all costs. You know, come to Cape Town in 2026 to the summit, and yeah, you'll never be the same again.
Bars of wisdom. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I feel like I've been empowered with something special that I get to use, and we have superheroes on the couch right here, and you get an opportunity to engage with them. We're talking to all you young leaders out there, everyone from young people seeking to lead change, build global networks, or find their voice. One Young World is a powerful place to start. So if you want to learn more and explore the road to 2026, you can do so by visiting oneyoungworld.com. Let's go make some change.
Oh, I love it when we have superstars in studio. It just makes you feel like you're a champion on a Monday morning. And on this Youth Day in particular, I mean, we've got to bring in the youth, and we've got Skylar van Dijk, yet another champion and superstar that will grace us with her presence in just a little bit, a triple and long jump sensation. And I can't wait to hear what it takes to become as strong and brave as she is. Not only that, I'm going to have to put on my strong face and my big girl panties, because in just a little bit, we've got Cameron back in the studio. Yes, one of the strongest men that I personally know, hybrid athletes, that's going to put me and you, yes you, through a Monday morning workout. Just because it's a long weekend doesn't mean that we shouldn't be moving our bodies. So get on your gear, and we'll get into that straight after this break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show. We open it up right here on S3. And like we promised you, it is Youth Month. And we are going to be celebrating so much, especially seeing that it is Youth Day. So why not celebrate the power, the potential, and the perseverance of young South Africans? And one I can think of right now sitting on our couch, especially for those who are not only shaping the future, but living it boldly right now. Now, one such young trailblazer joins us this morning at 15 years old only. We're talking about Skylar van Dijk from Paarl Girls High. She's a rising star in long jump and triple jump, and Skylar already holds national titles and ranks second in Africa in her age group. This is huge. We're sitting on a talent here, people. Now she's gearing up to represent South Africa at the African Championships in Nigeria this July. That's next month, and her story is absolutely one of talent, determination, and the kind of youthful excellence that inspires us all. So I think before we even say good morning, let's give her a feel-good welcome! The champ is here. Skylar, how you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. I'm so excited because I'm looking at you and I'm like, oh, the future's in good hands, clearly, because we've got talent coming through. And I gotta say, it's so incredible to see what you've done in this level of sport at such a young age. Hello now. Did you always know you had the talent for like long jump and triple jump?
No, actually, no, I did not. But my mommy told me about my talent. But she was like, how about you try that?
Okay.
How about you try a long jump? How about you try a triple jump? And then as it like develops and things, I saw like, okay, I'm coming, yeah, I'm coming.
I'm actually really good.
Yeah.
So this was obviously at a young age when you started, what, like sub-A, grade 1, I'd imagine?
I started running in grade 1, and then I started with long jump in grade 4.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then I started triple jump last year.
And a reminder, you're only 15, right?
Yes.
So what grade does that put you in?
Grade 10.
Oh my word, still got so much to do, but already you've accomplished so much. Let's talk about this season, 2025. You've done such incredible things, but for you, what stands out as one of your proudest moments and why?
I'm proud of defending my title as champion in triple jump for Boland, Western Cape and SA schools.
Sure.
But I feel like the achievement that like stands out the most is the fact that I made the ASA team and I got a gold medal at ASA. Because I did not make the ASA team last year.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of making the team this year and just winning a gold medal.
Can I speak to you about that? Because I think this is the moment that a lot of young South Africans will either give up or do something else. That moment when you didn't make the team, right? How come you still had that motivation to show up, work harder, and try crack it at the team? What was the fuel for you? How did you feel then?
Honestly, I was really sad at that moment. But I trusted God's plans because I know God, He wouldn't fail me, you know, because I worked really hard. So I was like, okay, you got this, Skylar. You trust in God's plan. And I trusted it, and look where I became, you know, I've come.
I love that. And I love the fact that you have a plan. You mentioned God's plan, but there's also a lot of people in your community helping you create this plan, right?
Yes.
You've got your teachers, you've got Coach who I see standing by watching with so much pride beaming from his eyes and everywhere else. How much of an influence does your coach, your friends, your family, and how much are they needed in order for you to get through all these big hurdles that you do?
So my friends and family, they really support me by like every competition. Like they're always there, they always show up.
Cheering
and they always,
for you.
Yes, they're
the
ready to
posters.
cheer
Oh,
always.
yes.
I'm really grateful for that. But I feel like my coach, he's my biggest motivation to like never give up, you know. He puts so much time and effort into my training program. And in order for me to reach my full potential, I'm so grateful for that. And he's always calm. And I feel like at like tough competitions when it's like, sometimes I'm really stressing, he's like calmness, it like pays off on me, and then I'm like calm and collected, and I'm like, okay, Skylar, you got this, you know? So I'm really thankful for my coach.
Can I talk about that moment? Because at 15 years old, you've been dealing with a lot of pressure, right? And the nerves especially, right? So you've got your coach calming you down, but how else do you deal with the nerves in order to focus when that moment appears and you've got to show up?
I talk to God.
Nice, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
By praying, I'm like, I feel like he really calms me, God also. I'm like, okay, Skylar, you have God by your side. He's bigger than all your like challenges. So you got this, girl, you know? Yes.
You've got an incredible team behind you, and I think you can feel that momentum. So how are we feeling about this big goal? Next month, we're going to ASA Africa Champs, right? That's going to be a big one. It's taking place in Nigeria.
Yes.
First international comp.
Yes.
How are we feeling about this?
We're feeling a bit nervous,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, I think I got this, you know, like I've been doing a lot of preparation and things, so
You have.
I'm a bit chilled. Yes, but...
I think there's a reason for why you're so chill, because you've done the hard work, you've made the sacrifices, you definitely have earned this position. You've got your coach and your incredible community behind you as well. I want to ask you one last question before we go, because we don't often get such incredible talent here, and I feel like you're going to be coming back and celebrating more. But for now, speaking to Youth Month and it being Youth Day, what motivation would you give to some of the youngsters, some of your friends out there that are definitely trying to do what you're doing right now and looking up to you?
I feel like you should always pray, you know, like prayer is going to take you like far in life, because by praying and believing and trusting, you can do anything, because nothing is impossible. And don't let like the fear stop you from reaching your dreams.
Oh, Skylar, you're wise beyond your years. Give me a high five. Ooh, I'm going to savor this hand, because this is the hand of a champion now. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best of luck for next month. You are representing South Africa. I think the hard work's done already. You've made it. You just need to be present and have fun, because there are going to be so many more years that you're just going to continue to get better, continue to grow, and continue to slay away. I'm so proud of you, and I think your school and South Africa is too. Well,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Skylar, for coming through, inspiring us. And speaking of inspiration, we've got some inspiration for you right now. Speaking of game, yeah, we got you covered, especially when it comes to stretching your budget.
And yes, that one is especially for the students. So let me greet you. Hello, students. Monday's just got a whole lot smarter thanks to our friends out at Game. Now, we know how tough it can be to stretch your budget. We've all been there, especially when you're juggling things like your studies, but most importantly, your snacks, and then everything in between. That's why Game is giving you a little extra help along the way.
I came here when you said snacks and everything in between. Yeah, I've got you.
I love that. Now they've got something very special going on.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think we can save on this one.
Yeah, we're talking about 10% off, and that's every Monday when you shop in store and show your student card. And it's been easier, never been easier actually, to save on all your study day essentials. And we're talking about everything here, from brain-boosting snacks to notebooks, stationery, chargers, and even cleaning supplies for those res room resets. That was my numero uno. Before I studied, I'd spend 17 hours cleaning.
Talk about procrastination.
Yeah, that was me.
No, I'm here for it. Clean space, clean mind, and then the studies can follow straight after. Now, I did kind of think about the fact that if I could save 10% at a place like Game, what would I be spending money on? And honestly, I'm a snack queen. I feel like I can't open a book without my hand reaching for something. Whether it be a little energy drink or even some peanuts on the side, or maybe some chocolates if I'm naughty.
I think there's some biological occurrence here. Your gut and brain health. You know that axes.
They connect.
You know, we speak about all the time. So clearly you need to study and eat at the same time. It's an entourage
effect. And doing this. It's actually testing your coordination. I'm here for it.
I don't think anyone is going to complain about that, especially when you have that extra 10%, because you can really go ham on the snack. So I think if you're going to be a student, you can make your Mondays a smart saving day, especially today, seeing that it's Youth Day. And we got the plug for you.
Absolutely. This 10% in-store discount is just for you students. Yes, you at any age. All you need to do is have your valid student card and then head to your nearest Game store and take advantage of this deal. But the best part is the fact that Game has extended trading hours in some of their stores, so you even got more time to shop away. And for more store hours that you can see, visit game.co.za.
Go grab the snacks. I love the plugs coming through here. Youth Day is already being sent off, and we still got a lot to look forward to.
We do. I'm a little bit scared because Cameron, I call him my arch nemesis. If you were here in some of the first episodes that I joined Expresso, you'll know exactly why. I struggled to pick up any equipment that he had in the space. So today we're coming back stronger, we're coming back better, and hopefully I'll be able to keep up with our Cameron.
I love that. Well, listen, movement is something that always helps us with regards to aging. I think this is the conversation we're always going to bring to you, the science of aging. So a lot to tick when it comes to a health box, and you're ready to get ready for the week. Well, get ready, don't go anywhere, and we'll see you around the corner. It's going to get good.
Let me start stretching.
Let's go.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back, and let's bring in some good conversation, especially when it comes to aging. And I mean, who says that we can't do it gracefully, right? And I think this is the perfect moment for us to dive into the science of aging, how exactly these changes are occurring, why they are, and exactly how we can possibly slow down these effects naturally. So to dive into a very important conversation right now, we had to bring in some specialists and someone who's genuinely like a family member right now. We've got Laura Johnston, our CEO of Phytoceutics, along with Dr. Lev Naidu, who is a renowned dermatologist. Dr. Lev, what's happening with our skin and how and why is it aging?
We talk skin aging, but I prefer talking skin changing along the timeline. It's kinder, yes. So what underpins the changing? Two parts of the process. The one is the intrinsic, what's happening inside, and the other is the extrinsic, what's happening on the outside. So the intrinsic, it's what we're born with, the genetics. We have lovely genetics here around the table. But aside from that, it's what's happening internally, our hormones, our thyroid function, our cortisol, our stress hormones, our estrogen, then our disease processes, the renal function, autoimmune processes, then what's actually happening on the skin surface itself. Is there brewing inflammation in terms of acne, rosacea, psoriasis, eczema? All of this can take from the skin's health. And then we think about the extrinsic. So what is the individual exposed to in terms of environment? So be it sun, toxins, smoke, pollution. What are we putting into our body in terms of drug, medication? Even our nutrition plays a score. And then it's a wonderful time for skincare. But all skincare comes with its different pros and cons. So is there safety? Is there clinical efficacy in terms of what you are exposing your skin to? So it's a sum of it, the intrinsic, the extrinsic, and whether the skin can then adapt to repair for that sum.
Wow, when you say it like that, it sounds like our skin is going through the most and dealing with the most. So can I say well done to my skin firstly, and thank you. But Laura, you're someone that's obviously passionate when it comes to slowing down the effects of aging and allowing us to live out our potential and increase longevity. What have you discovered in this line of what we're talking about now?
There's been a lot of research in anti-aging or longevity when it comes to, I guess, every organ in the body, but also relating to the skin. And, you know, there's this natural process called autophagy or autophagy, however you want to say it.
I've heard this with fasting and stuff.
Exactly, well done.
Yeah.
So basically, this is your cell's renewal process. It's a repair process. But, you know, sometimes when this isn't working as it should, you get something called senescent cells.
Okay.
And these are like dead, dormant zombie cells, and they secrete inflammatory factors.
Oh, wow.
And there's something called inflammaging, and inflammation causes this aging of the cells of the skin, and that's something you want to try and avoid. Then you've got your telomeres, which can shorten, and it really shows how long your life is, or your lifespan is the length of a telomere. And you want to protect these caps, these kind of like shoelace caps on the telomeres. So there's also nutritional supplements that can help prevent the shortening of these telomeres. So, you know, there are all of these nutrients or supplements that can help with killing off these senescent cells or getting rid of them, helping this process of autophagy, helping with oxidative stress so it doesn't cause damage to your skin. And, you know, I guess the hero ingredients at the moment are things like ficitin, things like spermidine, NMN, resveratrol, quercetin. All of these things really help speed up and support these processes.
Okay, so what you're saying is that something can be done and the body is accepting it. But you're mentioning a lot of what we can take sort of orally, internally. Doc, is there anything that plays in the realm of topical?
It's a wonderful time for dermocosmetics and skincare and how you can protect your skin's health. But it's also a confusing time because there are so many things on the market. So how I keep things simplified for my head, and maybe it can help your viewers out there, is really you want to first protect your skin cells, then you want to repair the skin cells, and then if you're going for goals, then we optimize skin's health, right?
I like that.
So repair, you know, derms are always saying skincare is sunscreen, 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 but partnered along your sunscreen is your antioxidant. And this prevents oxidation process or detrimental change in the skin, how they're functioning. So a great antioxidant to bring into your skincare is a vitamin C. This is daytime shield. The nighttime is repair. You're working with the skin's physiology. We have 3 decades of science on retinoids. This is the vitamin A family. And here we're talking repair collagen, repair elastin. So it's the structure, the functioning of the skin's health. Now we go for golds together, yes? This is where we share the secrets. Exactly, optimize.
Yeah. Everybody right now is saying, we want that. We want to increase our longevity. We want to get rid of the spots. So when is a good time to start with a healthy skin regime?
Dr. Lev and I were actually talking about this before, and she said, from the moment you're born, which is so true. I mean, everyone wants that skin that small children have. But, you know, every dermatologist will drill into you that sunblock is key. You know, you've got to protect the skin from those UV rays, especially in South Africa. So that, you know, is a key factor from very early in age. But in terms of supplementation, you know, I'd say from your late 30s, and this is really where you see this decline in your mitochondrial health, where inflammation starts to pick up. And, you know, they've actually released a study that shows there are 2 hallmark ages where you really start to see the damaging and aesthetic effects of aging, and that's at age 44 and at age 60.
Okay.
So we want to do what we can as early as possible to prevent, you know, those hallmarks of aging.
That's cool. That gives us some perspective. So wherever you are on that curve, you know what to do. Action it now, regardless. So thank you so much for being here and educating us. I think that was a plethora of knowledge that I had no idea about. So we've got options, and I can't thank both of you enough for giving us an opportunity to do just that, to reverse the effects of aging, or maybe just slow it down a little bit. And you can naturally do internal and external opportunities and solutions if you just visit phytoceutics.com. There's a plethora of information available for you. So what are you waiting for? The time starts now. Get your teenage skin back and you can make a change.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
All right, thank you for keeping us up to date with all things to do with health and phytoceutics. That conversation happened, of course, just a week ago, but the information will forever stay relevant. But right now, we are going to be kickstarting your Monday with Cameron Cleaver. I messed up his name on purpose. And the D12 workout, 12 high-intensity rounds, blending running and functional fitness, inspired by hybrid racing. So apparently it's called Deadly Dozen. Now, this session will ignite your engine, test your limits, set the tone for the week. There's a reason why I said he's my arch nemesis, okay? But you're going to join me from home. But first of all, can we just get this beef squashed? Sir, what's going on here?
We bought you some weights.
No!
A little bit lighter than last time.
First of all, these are 10 kilogram. Maybe I could do the 5. Okay. You know what? Maybe I could do the 5 kilos. Okay, these are a little bit better. But do they have to go over my head?
I bought you a present. I bought you some baby weights, especially for today.
All right, the beef is officially squashed. I think we're good. Now let's shake on that.
Okay.
And this is May over here. May, thank you so much for being here. All right, what are we doing today? Thank God I'm not touching those ones.
Okay, so Deadly Dozen, like you said, it blends, you know, hybrid racing. So it's 12 workout stations, 12 400-meter runs. We're just going to run through probably about 6 of the workout stations today. We don't have a lot of time. So we're just going to run through it. No running, luckily. So May's going to help us out. She's going to do it with you. I'm just going to show you very briefly what to do. So we're going to start with the goblet squat.
Okay.
So you're picking up 1, and we're going to do 10 reps.
I could probably pick that one up because this is
Okay, go grab it.
Yeah.
Getting brave. Okay, so we're holding it like this.
Yeah.
We're just dropping down, so your bum below your knees, and back up. So 10 of those, please.
Okay.
Okay, how's it feeling? Squeeze the bum cheeks on the way up.
Yeah, that feels good. You said how many?
10.
Okay, that's doable.
Okay, and then next, nearly done.
I think, who's counting? I'm not even
I'm not counting. Count your own reps.
10.
And done.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, let me take this one quickly.
Thank you.
Let me give this back to May. You can grab those. So next we're going to do something called thrusters. So we don't have thrusters actually in ours, so May will show you. So you're going to go down into squat and then into press with your arms close to your head. So let's go for 5 of those. Let's go down with her and back up. So thrusters, we actually don't do in Deadly Dozen, but for High Rocks, it's something we do sort of train, just purely for the wall balls. Let's keep going.
The what?
The wall balls.
I remember that.
Do you remember the wall balls? You're starting to sweat already.
The trauma is so real.
Well, you did have the men's pro wall balls, so I think that was the problem last time.
Didn't even manage to leave my hands.
Let's put both of those down. So what we're now going to do, we're going to go into lunges, but unweighted lunges. So literally knee to ground and back up.
Okay.
Okay, so alternating on the spot. Let's go 5 per leg.
I love how the
Feeling good?
studio is joining us in all of this. It's so
Oh, they are
good.
too.
I feel supported. I'm not alone.
Okay, so we're going to go 5 per leg on that.
May, what you say? That felt like 5?
She's looking pretty and feeling
Come on,
good.
Lucian, you got this.
Okay, so what are we going to do next, May? Snatches. So you can pick up
Snatches.
one. You can either pick up one of those or one of those.
Well, let me see it first.
So snatch, you basically to the ground, straight up above your head.
I can
back
try.
to the ground, so it's alternating.
Okay.
So you can change at the bottom.
Okay.
Tap the ground, straight up above your head, back to the ground, change hands.
Oh yeah, this gets heavier the further up you go.
That's the idea. Keep your arms nice and close to your ear as well. The more tired you get, the more it's going to move away. This is one of the workout stations we have. So we do 60 reps of these in comp.
60?
60.
Sheesh.
Everything's pretty much 60 reps in comp.
Why is it called a deadly dozen?
Because it's 12 deadly exercises and 12 deadly runs.
Whew.
So Raul actually did it the other day in Stellenbosch.
Yeah, he was broken.
Yeah, and Raul's quite the athlete
Yeah,
as well. So for him to be tired, it's proper. I died 1,000 deaths as well. Okay, can put that back down.
All right.
Now we're literally just going to go into unweighted squats. So you can spread a little bit, knees always over toes. You're just dropping down. So 10 of those, 10 air squats. It's nice to see the whole studio working out today.
Everybody.
Everybody's working
They
out.
knew that they needed to hold my hand through this one.
It's the long weekend.
We're all recovering, Cameron.
Okay, when you've done 10 of those, we're gonna have 2 weights each. So I'll just pop this back to May. You can grab your baby weights.
Do you have to call them that?
They are baby weights. My 5-year-old lifts heavier. Okay, let's pick those up.
Okay.
Basically, so in comp as well, we've got a push press. It's literally from here. It's probably one of the easy ones. Slightly bent knees, straight up above your head. So 10 of those. That should be nice and easy with your baby weights.
Thanks, Cameron.
So not quite deadly dozen for you, more of the baby dozen. May's doing it really
I'll
nicely.
take it. How about me?
Oh, you're looking amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. Once you've warmed up, we can give you some proper weights.
This feels like a proper workout,
It is a proper workout. Okay, May, what are we going to do next? What should we give Carissa?
Be nice, because I carry beef. I'm petty like that. Petty LaBelle.
Okay, what I want you guys to do, let's do some burpees.
Burpees?
Burpees.
I'm so tired, I didn't even hear you say that. Oh my gosh.
I'll say it again, burpees.
Oh.
So basically straight down,
Okay.
push-up position,
And a jump?
and a jump. We can go for
Cameron.
5 of those.
All right, let's go. Ah! All right, Ryle. I promise you I'm not trying to distract you, but please tell us what's coming up as I get a dozen of these going. Thank you.
We can give you devil press next.
Oh, Cam coming through with all the goods. I love how he makes us all move. I hope you joined in on that one and had a little bit of fun. But fun shall be had right throughout this morning. And we've got Anika Kiana here who's going to be delivering some new music. Yes, formerly we had Lark Boy, but it's getting even better. And this one is going to be an absolute gem. So Mzansi, you're definitely in for a treat. We also asked you a question about the evolution of our youth and where do you think they are now? What's inspiring you about our youth and this generation? And we're going to have a conversation about that. So as you can see, the workout behind me is getting finished off. We got Monday setting up like fire. And like I said, fun shall be had. Don't go anywhere, see you around the corner.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show opening up on S3 right now. And like we promised you all throughout this morning, celebrating young superstars. And next up on our list, Anika Kiana. Now, she's a singer, a songwriter, and joining us on this special day as we celebrate Youth Day. And she's absolutely become an influential young voice in South African music. Having just released a brand new single, One Taste, it's only fitting that we catch up with her. But first, before we do anything, let's take a look at this new music. Let's go. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Anika Kiana! Yeah. Welcome back,
What
superstar.
an intro, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You deserve it.
thank
You are like family now.
Yeah.
And we're so grateful you keep coming back, sharing your music
I
with us.
love being here, man. I love it so much.
So listen, let's talk about Youth Month first, because
Yes.
you're literally like the epitome of what I believe is like a young superstar, and especially when it comes to your music. So for Youth Month, for you, someone living in it, being a part of it, what does it actually mean to you?
I think it means being the new generation, standing out, speaking up, and most importantly, just showing everyone that the youth can achieve their dreams, and yeah, just striving to always be better.
Always, and literally something that you've taken on your journey incredibly well, striving to be better. If I look at your past, going from covers to releasing one or two songs, now we got new music. We even had #1 hits. I mean, come on the 5FM's, I believe it was the 5FM pop chart, right?
Yes.
This is huge. Like, we've done some things here. Hello.
I know, it's crazy, man. I'm super grateful for like all the support and also all the people that have helped me along the way in the industry. I just hope to keep going and just achieving more and more and more.
And I remember obviously speaking to you back then when you were still like, I mean, you are young, but you were even younger back then. You had a lot of like perception of the world. You hadn't fully dived into it. Now that you've experienced it, now that you have been playing in this world, what does it feel like? What is that real feeling actually like? You're a young superstar now.
I think it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah?
But I think I put a lot of pressure on myself because you're always going to strive to be greater. You achieve one thing and you're just like, oh, that's not good enough. I need to do something better.
What's next?
And I think that's always on my mind. What's next? What can I do next? And just looking for other goals to achieve constantly. And I feel like I'm not at a stage where I want to be yet. Like, I'm super happy where I am. Like, but I feel like I can just keep like getting even better.
Because you know where the potential can take you, right?
Yes,
and I think that's where you're visualizing your actual success. I'm kind of here to remind you of the success that you've already made along the way, right?
Thank you.
And it's something that I think you need to continually take moments to reflect on. I'd imagine you do that in your writing, but maybe more importantly in new music as well.
Yes.
Speaking of, I love this. We're talking about an incredible new song coming through, One Taste.
Yes.
Talk to me about this, the inspiration. Why did we bring this forward?
I think it was a bit of a cheeky song. It's basically being like, get a taste of me, like my, not like spicy side, but just like my cheeky side, you know, one taste and you won't forget about me type thing. So I was in studio with Ariana Carini, and she, actually can't remember how it came about, but she always puts together bangers. When we're in the studio, it's like, we always come out, I feel like, with a great song, so yeah.
Yeah, to celebrate that, and I can't be more grateful that you are bringing out new music, that you still have that hunger and that drive, because we are here to celebrate it. But I want to know about this sort of ability that you have to progress, to grow the way that you are, and to become this young superstar in our country. But yet you seem like the same girl that we met on day one. You still have that authenticity. You're still grounded. You still seem like you're very present. So you haven't gotten caught up in all of it.
No.
What's the reason for that?
I don't know. I don't think that's me. I don't know. I just don't believe that anyone should feel that they're better than anyone else, to be honest with you. So I don't think I'll ever get to a stage where I'm going to change who I am. Like, that's just ridiculous. I think if anything, maybe just more confidence in myself. That's pretty much the only thing that'll change. And that I actually need more confidence because I struggle to believe in myself sometimes.
What? Wow,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I think
I just think it's important to stay humble no matter where life takes you, no matter how many followers you get, no matter how much success you reach. We're all human at the end of the day, and yeah, we all on the same planet. We all, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's no reason to feel like you're better than anyone else. So yeah, that part of me is never going to change.
Anika Kiana right there, ladies and gentlemen, and she's not going anywhere because before she even sings, I believe we might be getting in the kitchen. Yeah, apparently we've got some kitchen skills.
Not really, but I guess.
Well, listen, we get to find out firsthand, and I think today is about having fun, celebrating your achievements, and celebrating Youth Day. It's official. It's happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and with that, it's official duties. Chris is standing by with the latest.
Thank you so much, Raul. I can't wait to see Anika in the kitchen. It's going to be so much fun. But just moments before we hit the top of the hour, here's your 7 o'clock national headlines. We start here where a second group of 257 SANDF troops withdrawn from Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo returned home yesterday to Waterkloof Air Force Base in Pretoria. Now, the first group of 249 soldiers arrived at the base last Friday. South Africa is withdrawing its troops following a decision to allow peace talks to resume in the DRC. Heavy equipment will be shipped home by sea, with final withdrawals expected to conclude by the end of the month. In other national news, Deputy President Paul Mashatile will deliver the keynote at today's Youth Day commemoration and career exhibition in Potchefstroom. Now, the event is expected to draw hundreds of young South Africans under the theme Skills for the Changing World, empowering youth for meaningful economic participation. Government and strategic partners are urged to align on education, skills development, and economic inclusion, reinforcing collaboration across sectors to link youth with opportunities and ensure that skills programs translate into real-world economic gains during Youth Month. Taking a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where tensions between Israel and Iran have intensified, with both countries exchanging missile strikes for a third consecutive day yesterday. Iran fired ballistic missiles at Israeli cities, killing at least 14 people and injuring hundreds. One struck the Weizmann Institute of Science in Rehovot, a globally renowned research center. Now, in response, Israel targeted Iran's defense ministry, energy infrastructure, and reportedly hit Mashhad airport over 2,000 kilometers away. Intelligence suggests Mossad drones disrupted Iranian launch systems. Now, European leaders are urging calm, while U.S. President Donald Trump has offered to mediate. Meanwhile, UNAIDS Executive Director Winnie Byanyima has warned that global funding cuts are forcing clinic closures and risking a surge in HIV infections among key populations, including young women, gay and transgender individuals, as well as sex workers and people who inject drugs. Emphasizing that Africa needs to scale up local pharmaceutical production and harmonize regional regulation, she urged continued international donor support to preserve the gains made in HIV treatment. South Africa, home to 6 million people on antiretroviral therapy, remains committed to reaching its UNAIDS target despite financial constraints. And closing off your news here, turning to entertainment, where UK rap heavyweight Stormzy, one of Britain's most influential music stars, is now making moves behind the camera. Fresh from his acting debut in the short film Big Man, he's launched Murky Films in partnership with another streaming agency. Now, the film, directed by Oscar winner Anil Karia, premieres on YouTube June the 18th and stars Stormzy and Tensman, a former local rap icon facing life after fame. His new production company will spotlight Black British stories with a plan for series, documentaries, and animation. And one film already flying high, it's How to Train Your Dragon, which opened just last week, has already been commissioned for a sequel due in 2027. We definitely will keep our eyes on both of those big news headlines as we close up your 7 o'clock news. Let's head into your sporting highlights with Raul.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And once again, let's dive into all things sport and let's celebrate as South Africans, because the Proteas ended a 27-year wait for ICC silverware by defeating Australia by 5 wickets on day 4 of the ICC World Test Championship final at Lord's. Now, Aiden Markram was named player of the match for his masterful 136-run innings and his 8th Test century, which anchored the successful 4th innings chase. Now, Captain Temba Bavuma added a vital 66 runs as the Proteas reached the 282-run target, sealing their first senior men's ICC trophy since 1998. Incredible stuff. Congratulations go abroad, and unfortunately not for the world of rugby, because Leinster ended their 4-year wait for silverware with a dominant 32-7 victory over the Vodacom Bulls in Saturday's URC final at Croke Park. Now, the Irish side outclassed the Protea outfit from start to finish, handing the Bulls their 3rd URC final defeat in 4 seasons in a one-sided contest. Well, let's move to motorsport action right now, and George Russell claimed Mercedes' first win of the season, and this was at the Canadian Grand Prix, edging Max Verstappen by 0.228 seconds under a late safety car. Now, rookie Kimi Antonelli also finished a brilliant 3rd, becoming F1's 3rd youngest podium finisher. And on top of this, McLaren's Oscar Piastri took 4th after a dramatic collision with teammate Lando Norris, which ended both their podium hopes. Well, if you're a fan of athletics, then wow, a lot has been going down of late. And for now, though, we touch on Sweden's Armand Mondo Duplantis, who thrilled the home crowd by clearing 6.28 meters to break his own pole vault world record for the 12th time at the Stockholm Diamond League. Now, with the victory already sealed, the 25-year-old Olympic champion soared past his previous mark of 6.27 meters. Now, Duplantis celebrated wildly after his jump, finishing well ahead of Australia's Curtis Marshall with a 5.9-meter jump. Well, incredible stuff in the world of sport. We'll do it all again in the next hour. But for now, though, it is a public holiday, but some of you still heading on the road, so Carissa's got the latest.
Thank you so much, Raul. Let's get into your roads for the first time this morning. Now we get started in the mother city, where there are misty conditions. On the N1 between Marine Drive and Kubig Interchange, do maintain a safe following distance, and of course drive carefully as you're headed on out. Also remember to keep those headlights on. Now let's move over to Benoni out in Johannesburg, where there are roadworks on the R21 northbound at Benoni Interchange. Now the right lane is closed, so please do approach that area with caution. So we leave your roads on this beautiful public holiday. Let's head into your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a warning for very cold conditions from Wednesday through to Saturday, with maximum temperatures of 10 degrees or lower expected over parts of the Western Cape Interior and the Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. Meanwhile, fire crews were deployed yesterday to contain a blaze on the mountain slopes above Boys Drive near Muizenberg in the mother city. Now, the City of Cape Town's fire and rescue teams remain on scene to monitor the area. The fire broke out on an unseasonably hot day, with Cape Town and surrounds experiencing temperatures in the high 20s. Now let's get into that sunrise view of the hour, and this one was sent from Catherine out in KZN representing Oslo Beach. Thank you so much for just showing us what we're missing outside Catherine. This is so incredibly beautiful, and pair that with a 25-degree day. My goodness, I'm imagining that you'll definitely take a dip in that beautiful, beautiful ocean. I can't wait to visit KZN very soon to snap my own morning view from your side of town. But for the rest of the country, 0630369649 is how you show us your morning view as we get into your temperatures for this Monday.
Okay, guys, can we just talk about the fact that there's a beach called Oslo Beach in KZN that I had no idea about, and it looks that incredible? Hello. We've got to put this on our bucket list. We've got to go explore South Africa. And I think the only thing you'd need to do that is maybe a little bit of moolah. So why not set the tone for a winning long weekend by playing the Daily Lotto for an estimated 300,000 Rand in jackpots this Monday. That'll definitely allow you for a couple road trips and some. So don't miss out. You can buy your tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app. You've also got cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120*7529# and then follow the USSDs. It really is that simple, but we want you to win so badly that we put all these details on our Expresso social media pages. So you can literally go check it out right now, because we want you to ponder, pusher, and play the Daily Lotto for an estimated 300,000 Rand in jackpots today. And that means you could be winning big, but only if you play now and get involved. Now, speaking of getting involved, let's get involved in the rest of the show, right?
That would be right. We've got to get into so much goodness in the form of Anika Kiana. Yes, she heads into the kitchen to make something so delectable, and we deserve it. It's the long weekend. We can do it. A beautiful burger, but we also get to see her perform her latest single, and we can't wait to hear what that is all about. It is called One Taste, and yes, we will have more than one taste of the meal that she's about to prepare. And then we also have to get into a very critical conversation, considering we are celebrating Youth Day past, present, and future. Let's get into talking about if the Rainbow Nation has aged well or not. 31 years into our democracy, what is that looking like? We'll get into that panel discussion in just a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. It is a Youth Day. Yes, we are all smiles because celebration is the order of the day. But we have to ask a very important question. In fact, we put it to you to ask this question as we honor the courageous youth of 1976. We also celebrate the young change makers of today. So we've asked you, how do the youth of this generation inspire you? We asked you to send us a voice note or let us know across our social media. And I have a feeling we've got some great responses.
Yeah, bring on the inspiration, and Mzansi has delivered. We're going to start off with Mark Gavin. He's pretty much like family.
Hey,
Mark,
family.
shout out. Hope you had a great weekend. But first, he says, good morning, Expresso show. In my opinion, the role of young people nowadays is to be very productive. And even though there are some who may not find a specific purpose, I'm sure there are many who are able to fulfill their dreams, accompanied by music, dance, performing, communication, and other artistic manifestations. Now that really inspired me. Happy Youth Day. Whoop, whoop. I love that. Thank you, Mark Gavin. And I love that sentiment that he's speaking about. As our youth navigate such an interesting world, it's so cool to see how they thrive against some of the challenges that we would not deal with very well.
Well, not in that way, filled with definitely inspiration and the arts. Well, let's see what Mario says. Good morning and happy Youth Day to you too, Mario. Youth that goes above and beyond to make lives better for themselves and others by inspiring change within their communities is so encouraging and uplifting. I agree with that. That's what I found. It's that, you know, the systems may not support us, but I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to build my own table and my own chair and make sure we're all sitting and eating.
Be a change maker for your own community. That's what it's about. Lashen Putla says, I'm inspired by youth who are into farming. Happy Youth Day, Expresso morning team. And hey, we always could do with farmers. We need to feed ourselves. We need to have a future where we don't have to worry and stress about things like this. So I like that. I think that's something we should all come through. And again, a reminder to send your voice note through to us, Mzansi. We'd love to celebrate with you, but have a conversation about what's going on with our youth and this generation and how they inspire you. So send that voice note to 063 036 9649. Don't forget to use the hashtag Expresso Show. And don't forget, we'd love to chat to you.
Absolutely. Right now, though, we want to have a taste of something sweet, and we have to get into Anika Kiana giving us 2 performances back to back. It's Youth Day. Why not? So take it away.
What's up, everybody? I'm Anika Kiana, and this is my song, Any Other Way. The next song I'm going to be doing is called One Taste, and that's my most recent release, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Creeping around in the dark, we picture of the nighttime. Trying not to get caught, yeah, I had a song. I'm untouchable until I'm alone with you. Feel unstoppable, then you go and act the fool. At the end of every night, I just wanna know I'm right. Oh, at the end of every night, I just wanna know you're mine. One taste and my name is on the tip of your tongue. Try breathing, but I stole the air from your lungs. Mind's racing and I just can't get enough, 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 enough. One taste and my name is on the tip of your tongue. Try breathing, but I stole the air from your lungs. Always racing and I just can't get enough, 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 enough. Cross the line, called you out, yeah, you put up a big fight. Get my name out your mouth, rather put your lips on. Feel invincible until I'm alone with you. So indestructible, then you go and act the fool. At the end of every night, I just wanna know I'm right. Oh, at the end of every night, I just wanna know you're mine. One taste and my name is on the tip of your tongue. Try breathing, but I stole the air from your lungs. Mind's racing and I just can't get enough, 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 enough. One taste and my name is on the tip of your tongue. Try breathing, but I stole the air from your lungs. Mind's racing and I just can't get enough, 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 enough. Tongue, tongue. Yeah, 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 your name is on. Tongue, tongue. Name is on. Yeah, tongue. One taste, yeah, my name is on the tip of your tongue. Try breathing, but I stole the air from your lungs. Mind's racing and I just can't get enough, 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 enough. Damn, I lied. One taste, yeah, your name is on the tip of my tongue. Try breathing, but you stole the air from my lungs. Mind's racing and I just can't get enough, 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 enough. One taste, yeah, your name is on the tip of my tongue. Try breathing, but you stole the air from my lungs. Mind's racing and I just can't get enough, enough. No, I just can't get enough.
Oh yeah, I finally figured it out. One taste, what it means is that you literally just taste this music and you'll be hooked for the entire day. That's Anika Kiana, and I'm asking you, can you please take a big bow for us? You deserve it, you earned it. And I'm wondering if we can have another taste in the kitchen, because apparently she's going to be delivering a smash burger. I wonder if it's going to taste as good as the music. We get to find out, Mzansi, and we also get to find out about salted caramel brulee latte. I hope I'm saying this correctly, but it sounds absolutely delicious, and it's something we're going to deliver to you just around the corner. So don't go anywhere. And reminder that we're also having a great conversation about this generation and what inspires us when it comes to our youth. So don't go anywhere. All this and more just around the corner.
Listen up, young cooking stars. Are you between the age of 13 and 17? Do you love making magic in the kitchen? Then enter to be a contestant on the new season of the Tastemaster Junior and stand a chance to win 200,000 Rand. WhatsApp a video of yourself to 065 672 7127. Tell us who you are and show off your culinary skills. Or enter on the tastemaster.co.za. Entries close Sunday 29 June. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Yes, it is the 16th of June, and not just the long weekend, we are celebrating something so much bigger. Now listen, more than half of South Africa's youth are jobless. It's a fact that many of us have to face, and millions feel disconnected from democracy. And many young women are missing school because they can't afford pads. Period poverty is so real. And right now, 46.1% of youth aged between 15 and 34 are unemployed, and 7.9 million young people are not in education, employment, or even training. Now add that to the fact that 60% of youth are unhappy with how democracy works in this country, and it is very clear that something is broken. And that's what we have to get to the bottom of, or at least bring it up a little bit, because it is quite a big topic to get through. But this Youth Day, we're going to ask that question: is this still the country we dreamed of back in '94 when the new democracy was brought in, or do the youth of today need a new story? Now, joining us for this two-part Youth Day panel are three passionate change makers shaping South Africa's youth narrative on the ground and in media as well. Now, speaking about media, we have our girl Anika Kiana from Good Hope FM, as well as Mika Weingard from School of Hard Knocks, and Tashreeq Fish, a dedicated volunteer with Youth Impact South Africa. Welcome, guys. Thank you for waking up early on this long weekend. It's really good to have you on a vital conversation that needs to be had. So I think I'm going to start with you, Mikle, and just ask, what is the biggest difference perhaps that you've noticed in today's youth? I know it's quite a big question to grasp, but if you think back to the previous generation, what they experienced and what your day-to-day is like, what's the difference that you notice?
Well, I think obviously the first thing that one has to consider are the social realities that were around during that time, especially because it was obviously apartheid era, and I believe that generation was more optimistic and fighting, you know, for freedom and everything like that. And now that we've gotten that freedom, I think with today's generation, they hold a more, instead of like optimistic, but a critical view basically of the country, because of obviously the frustrations that one has with the expectation of freedom and democracy. And now people are still curious about the quality of education that we have, unemployment and situations like that. So it's a very critical view that we have compared to the older generation.
Yeah, and I think maybe even from the older generation, people might look at the youth of today and say, like, what are you guys fighting for? Back then there was a cause that everybody was united to bring down, and now it's kind of like, where are we going, what are we doing? But I almost feel like the youth is creating their own anti-culture and their own culture when it comes to fighting through different means, like memes maybe, and using the internet to their advantage. So have you seen anything like that you feel like this is worthy of being spoken about?
Yes, I think, first of all, our generation disrupts the whole way in which knowledge is consumed, for example, because speaking of those memes, people use social media in order to bring an awareness to matters, so you don't have to wait for 7 o'clock to go watch news and stuff like that. It's more fun and engaging, and you can just get it anywhere. Like, you literally have the world in your pocket. And I think that is something that is really great, and that our youth is currently doing.
Thank you for being part of that. I personally am there on the brink of both generations, and I'm like, I love it. TikTok updates me on everything that I need to know, but we got to fact check, okay? Just know that. All right, Mika, let's come to you. Let's talk a little bit more about you working with young people and the hardship that they may face. What exactly is happening now in the landscape of struggle?
Well, we're finding out that our participants are overwhelmed. A lot of our participants are struggling with a lot of challenges on a day-to-day basis, and it's showing up in school as well. They've got to travel, they've got to take care of family members, and a lot of those are challenges in themselves, walking down dark streets, lonely streets, just to catch a taxi or a bus, to travel up to an hour to school.
Absolutely.
And then there's the pressures of school itself. I mean, to be seen as your academic achievements and to be seen as only what you can achieve is quite a sad thing for a lot of our participants, and it's manifesting in really, really negative ways. We're seeing suicide attempts, suicide ideations, self-harm. It's on the rise.
That's scary to think about.
It is, yes.
Not a new reality, but definitely something that's more pervasive, I feel, especially with social media added to that, because now it feels like there's added pressure onto what they're actually facing every single day. But hopefully there's some solution. There's some sort of way, like recreation, or there's sports maybe that they can get involved in. What are you seeing on the front of something that can fight against that?
Well, sport is a great option. Sport is an outlet for a lot of people, and it allows us just to let go of all of our worries, let go of all of our problems, and do something that's enjoyable. It also allows us to collaborate with others. I think it's important that we engage with other people, work together towards a goal so that we can achieve. And it also allows us to practice the life skills that we've learned. At School of Hard Knocks, a lot of our physical activities relate back to our session topics, and it gives them a chance to actually implement what we've taught them in a practical manner.
That's beautiful. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that, but are people more lonelier than ever right now? Are the youth kind of feeling isolated? What's happening there on the ground?
Mainly because, yes, social media is good. However, because of social media, a lot of youth isolate themselves now because they'd rather spend time on their phone than actually socialize, which is not all good.
Because we are social beings, right? And connecting with people like this, looking in each other's eyes, touching each other is what really has us connected as a population. Okay, but I do think that there's a way to go here. Tashreeq, let's get into this a little bit more. When it comes to working on the ground and the challenges you may face, what are some of the biggest struggles? I know you touched on some of them, Mika. Are there any others that you can highlight that are barriers to progress?
To be honest, there are so many struggles. I'm sure we all can agree on that. However, the main struggles that stands out for me the most would be the lack of economic opportunities in South Africa. And also, I mean, the unemployment rate is sky high. Because, I mean, a lot of these youth are trying to do everything right when it comes to their education. However, they still struggle to build meaningful careers. And secondly, it would mainly be the gang violence within the Cape Flats because I mean, we live in environments where gunshots is a norm, violence is a norm, and crime is a norm. And most times for young people, it seems like the only option they have is to join a gang, simply for some sort of feeling of belonging, and also mainly survival, to put it that way.
Wow. Oh my God, that's so scary. But it's a reality that we have to talk about. And I feel like the more we talk about it and bring it to light, the more people feel like, okay, are there other options outside of this one thing that I'm facing as well? What do you think people need most?
Okay,
especially when it comes to the youth.
So through our research we have done within our youth programs, I mean, the questions that you're asking, it remains anonymous. However, the main question that stands out specifically is that all these youth are asking for jobs. And you can't blame them because, I mean, they are being pressured to literally only get their matric and to find a job immediately, simply so that they can provide for their families.
And it's so crazy because I don't know if you guys relate to this, but as soon as you step into the working world, they say you need 5 years experience, you need to have done... I just graduated.
And
where was I supposed to get
also
this?
Because, I mean, how are you going to get the experience if they're not going to give you the experience?
Exactly.
I mean, you just graduated from high school.
And even if you go for an internship, for example, is it going to pay you enough or at all in order for you to, you know, make sure your household's okay, transport is okay, and that you can actually survive day to day? Okay, so let me ask the question about how you managed to get to where you are today. I mean, Mitle, you are in a great position of being somebody in media. I know many people look at you going, oh my gosh, girl, get me in. How do I do that? How do I get there? Congrats for taking that step. But what is your story?
I think one thing that has always motivated me was always just being part of something. So it's like there's a big picture, but don't be afraid to start small. And for me, that was campus radio, and even just outside of radio, involving myself in multiple things that align with what I want to do, so that when you get to that point where it's like, okay, employment and it's like, we want experience and stuff like that, you're like, oh, well, I've done something sort of similar. So not being afraid to volunteer, as much as, yes, we're speaking about the economic frustrations that do exist, those are the building blocks, volunteering and doing stuff like that, those are the building blocks to make sure that you are able to build and make a name for yourself in today's economy.
Yeah, and I think the power of social media also is very helpful. I mean, my position was a little bit privileged. I didn't have a job for the longest time, but traveled to campus radio to gain that experience. But my parents held me down at that time. So I know not many people have that opportunity. But social media has really, I feel, broken that barrier for many people. Whether it's just getting an income, collabing with certain brands, getting that couple thousand here and there, it does make that difference. So I'm glad that we at least have that. How about you? How did you get your step into where you are right now?
I was very fortunate. My goal was always to want to help people, and I thought at first that it was about helping them achieve their physical goals. I was studying to be a personal and fitness trainer. And then I got the opportunity to work at School of Hard Knocks, and after looking at what they do and seeing how they help people, I took that step and I sent through my application, and I was fortunate enough to get it. And it's been 3 years now that I've helped as many participants as I can, and I'm in the position now to help my colleagues as well.
All right, we've heard from Mika Michle. How about you, Tashrik?
So I was fortunate to join again with volunteering. I actually joined the singing program at one of our facilities. However, one of the girls then came over to invite me to start doing ballroom and Latin.
Sure.
And ever since then, I've been involved with every single activity and program there was. And I mean, now I'm literally one of the youth leaders when it comes to all the programs. And because of the program, I can do ballroom and Latin. I do competitions. I coach hip-hop, literally 150 kids.
Wow.
And like where sports is concerned, we do a lot of that. So I'm glad I'm a part of the movement that we have, because it's definitely getting a lot of attention, and a lot of youth are joining also simply because through Facebook, TikTok, and all the social media platforms, they see what we do and then they immediately want to join because they love what we're doing because it's so positive.
Listen, representation matters across the board. You can't be who you can't see, and that opportunity is the only thing that really stops you from taking that next step. So thank you for the work you're doing. But they're not going anywhere. We have part 2 of this conversation coming up, and we would love it if you weighed in, Mzansi, as well. Let us know via voice note or even on our socials exactly what you think the democracy of 2025 is all about and whether or not it serves you.
Beautiful conversation, and it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to continue that in a bit, but let's carry on that conversation when it comes to upskilling, when it comes to providing us with solutions. And I think this week on Handy Heroes, the Buco Vasco crew in Alces River are spilling the paint on their topic, and I think it's an absolute standout. So the question you might be asking is, what is their go-to, right? Well, it's Plascon's Trade Pro Brilliant Sheen. Now, why, you might be asking? Well, it's the paint that goes the extra mile, and it's got smooth coverage, serious speed, and a touch of classy shine. So this is something that's tough, it's reliable, and always camera ready, much like the youth of today. So it's no wonder that the pros are swaying by it. So the real question I'm going to be asking you is, are you ready to level up your walls? Well, I think it's time for us to dive straight in. Let's go.
Powered by Plascon, today's Handy Heroes come from Buco Vasco in Cape Town.
We go back to the 1980s, more or less. We are a buildware hardware store that's focused on the professional contractors and professional construction workers, but as well as your DIY. And what I like about the store is our service that we give to our customers, very good customer service, and we strive to always try and exceed customers' expectations.
What makes me proud of this store is the people. Just to understand the people, yeah. Clients will come in here, they expect us to help them the right way, yeah. So I will always do my best just to make the customer happy and give him the right thing.
I feel like we are the best store because we have such a big variety, and even though we might not have it in the store, we are always more than welcome to get it for customers and make sure they're satisfied. I would say that this is the best store because we know what we're doing and we love to help the customers.
What I love about the Plascon brand is they got a lot of brands, yeah. Especially when it comes to outside and to inside paint, yeah. I stick to the Brilliant Sheen because I used it before and I find it very nice. Spread rate is cool, sheen is fine.
Our salespeople are more than qualified to assist any customer who needs anything specifically. Even if it's just a DIY project, we are here to listen exactly what is your goal and what you would like to accomplish. When it comes to DIY, begin with Buco Vasco.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
Like I said, promised you that they got the goods, and you can clearly see why some of these products are on the top of their list. But listen, if you are looking to create a space, a sanctuary of your own, well, then you know exactly where to go and where the experts are going to be helping you. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in just a bit, creating a safe sanctuary for our youth, a safe space for the younger generation to thrive in. And then speaking of a space, we're going to bring that space and you into our kitchen space, because we're going to attempt something that's never been done before right now. It's a salted caramel creme brulee latte, okay? That's what's going on in front of me. It looks absolutely incredible. There's a few easy steps to get the flavor there, but to really get that finishing on the top, we're going to bring in some power tools. So Zadzi, wish me luck as I attempt this, but you get to see exactly how it's done, and I don't want you to go anywhere. It's time to warm up with a good cuppa, and it's coming your way. See you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's get into part two of this very needed conversation, because despite the odds, young South Africans are building new dreams through things like creative expression and sports therapy, feeding schemes, and also dignity-driven campaigns. This generation is often called lost, some even say soft, but listen, they always show up and definitely back their own, and that is what I'm here for and what we have our panel here for as well. We still have Mika as well as Michelle Tashreeq with us, so let's get into this conversation and push it a bit further. A woman in media. Yes, that's what you represent. When it comes to the hunger of the youth and maybe even stories that they'd like to hear that maybe we aren't even doing as broadcasters, what do you think is happening on the ground? What would they really love to see more of?
I think young people would like to see more of like practical solutions when you think of social media, because most of the time you just maybe listening to radio, watching TV, and it's always problem with, you know, statistics of high employment and all those frustrations. And I think we really want to be like, okay, if say a person makes a speech of, okay, there's now 70% chances of employment, it's like, okay, but how?
Yeah, and
where?
then what?
And then what, you know, sustainability and matters like that. So I think more answers than you are just giving us the realities, because everyone knows what's going on. But it's like, okay, so now what's the way forward?
And do you feel like as a woman on radio, you feel the responsibility to provide that?
Yes.
And do you do that?
I do feel the responsibility to do that, especially because how I think of radio is you're being the voice for the other people, you know. And so for me, I always have, even in my show, for example, I have a segment called Over to You. And that's where you basically get into the mind of the listener of, okay, so what do you think about this matter, you know, and getting to give them opportunities to be able to speak from their perspectives and hear their real life stories.
Absolutely. Thank you for your work. That is incredible. And we hope to see more of that as well across every single show. But when it comes to young people, Mika, say you've gone through the most as a young person from the flats, from the hood, and you're still kind of expected to show up every single day and make that difference. Have you noticed that they do rise above their circumstances? What happens in cases like that?
Yes, absolutely. I think that someone who's gone through it or someone with lived experience, they are leaders in their own right. They, like you say, they show up. They understand the world in a different way, and they lead in their ability to connect and relate to those around them. They show that they are more than their experiences, and that can't stop them from growing and achieving in life. And they lead by example as well. They show that they're not victims, but rather survivors, and that they can continue to achieve and grow in life. And they set that bar for others and that standard, and they become role models in their communities and in their environments as well.
And do you think they lead by example, or it's more a case of, like Tashreeq, for example, stepping in as a volunteer? Or is it a bit of both?
I think that stepping in as a volunteer is also leading by example. I mean, if we were to simplify it, I think it's being a game changer. Changing the situation of your environment, of your community, and showing them the different ways that are better than what has been dictated for you by your environment or your community.
Now, Tashreeq, I'm going to come to you and just ask you maybe the result of something like this. If you do then feel supported, if you do then rise above your circumstances, if you do then take that step further to make a difference and be a game changer in your own life, what actually happens to yourself and also maybe the community around you?
Okay, so when a young person feels supported, everything changes. Because then we start believing in ourselves, we stop surviving and actually start dreaming.
Sure.
Because you'll see the moment a young person feels seen, they feel heard and they feel valued, it unlocks a potential inside of them that has always been there, but just needed the right environment to grow. So that's basically it, where a young person, and I mean, the moment you feel supported, it changes a lot, man.
Yeah.
It just changes you in massive ways.
I have to ask you guys, do you remember, maybe if it's a person or a moment in your life where you felt like somebody is supporting you, someone's backing you, someone is rooting or championing for you, therefore you can take that step and dream a little bit bigger?
I do,
You
and
do?
I have them on a regular basis, literally every day in my life. My boss is actually in studio.
Oh, shout out your boss.
But,
give us a wave. Hello, boss.
So he's like, they push us a lot. Most times they motivate us, but there's times also where they're like, okay, you need to start focusing. you need to focus. You need to now do what you need to do, and you need to now stop being distracted and this, that, and that. Which is sometimes the hard conversations.
It is.
But
yeah.
if you don't have that, then you become lackadaisy also, and that's not what they want for us, because
Would
they're
you-
pushing us.
Would you encourage him to be a boss of other people too?
No,
does he need to step out there and mentor more folks?
And so
I love that.
it's all about mentoring as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, supporting someone doesn't necessarily have to involve money. Sometimes support can simply just be mentorship. It can be a platform. It can be a safe space, or someone simply just saying, "Listen, I see you. I believe in you, and I've got your back." Because I mean, you'll come to learn that a lot of young people, again, when they feel supported, it unlocks potential in them, and that's the
I would
ultimate
agree.
goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think we're all sitting with so much potential. You just need somebody to say, I see you, I hear you, keep pushing. Well, now that your boss is here, I gotta ask you, do you have a message for him? Do you want to, tell him thank you or how he's changed your life? I don't want to put words in your mouth, Tashreeq. You go for it.
With my boss, a lot of times we don't tell him this, but because of him, we've accomplished a lot. And I mean, I told him earlier, you know what, I've come to learn that over time, when I used to watch Hectic 99 back in the day, one of my dreams was always, I want to be on TV, I want to be on the radio. And because of him always pushing me, because he sees the talent I have to speak. And then he told me, okay, that's what you want. You've been telling me you want it, so now let's work on it, let's work on it. And I mean, look to them.
National TV, come on!
So my message to him is, Jody, keep pushing. There's a lot more youth coming, you know that for a fact, and just don't give up on us.
Tashreeq, I'm emotional too. Stop it. The tears are here, bro. You are here on a national platform, and look at that. It's just the beginning of so many more things to come. You should always see it as that stepping stone. So I'm so excited for the rest of your journey as well. Oh my goodness, what a feel-good morning. This is what it's all about, man. Mihle, I gotta ask you, talking a little bit about the kind of message that you put out there every time you switch the mic on, right? Do you feel also the need to be positive in what you're saying, or is it more like this is the reality of South Africa, or is it more aspirational type of content?
I think it's being more positive, because like positivity is what the world needs now, you know. So I do feel the pressure of being like, the moment I step on the mic, I'm like, good morning, and just stepping up and making the other person, feel seen or have a good day, because sometimes just energy transfers, just feeling the vibe of the other person, you feed off of it and it makes you feel good, so yeah, definitely being positive, putting positivity out there while also recognizing, other realities that are not so positive, but being like, okay, this happened, but it's not the end. How do we move forward? And yeah.
Beautiful. Sometimes I think that joy is a form of resistance because, you kind of bummed down by circumstances and expected to be sad and be miserable. But when you choose happiness, it's going, no, actually.
Energy feeds also, yes.
Exactly. And everyone feeds off one another. You're inspiring the next person just by smiling. And you're one of the first voices we hear on the weekend. So it's like, yes, give me that. Give me some of that. Okay, I'm going to bring this one to you, Mika. What does long-term youth empowerment look like in your side of town?
I think it is in the organizations that exist. I think if those organizations can be supported in terms of funding, facilities, external assistance as well, if those organizations can be helped to continue in their lifetime, then they can continue to help the youth as well. There's so many good things and good organizations that exist locally. And if there could just be some of that assistance, it would be great. I mean, 80% of our funding is international.
Sure.
And it's kind of sad to see that other governments see the positive in what we do and not really our own. So I think if our government could support us, then we'd have a massive positive change in both the reach and effect of our organizations. And I think that would be the best thing for us.
Well, there you have it on a national platform. I know somebody is listening that will definitely reach out to any three and make sure the organizations stay alive and well. If you want those details, it is available at Expresso Show. You can find us across socials, and you'll find 3 of these game changers and change makers there just for you to reach out and make sure that the youth of tomorrow is more than okay.
Yep, that's what it's about. Change makers are here. They are all around us, and especially when we look to our youth. And that's what we're celebrating today. It is Youth Day, just a reminder, but not just today, but the entire month. So while we are coming from that incredible conversation, I thought let's just bring in a little moment to reflect, take a pause. And I think there's definitely something special about a cafe moment, right? We're talking about the warmth, the comfort, and the quiet indulgence. And now I want you to imagine bringing that same feeling home. And we're going to be introducing our salted caramel brulee latte. It's a velvety blend of rich coffee, buttery caramel, and a hint of toasted sweetness. As I mentioned those words, Carissa's like, oh, please, 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 I want some. How does that sound to you, right?
Absolutely divine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I hope you know how to make this.
I don't. We're going to figure this out together.
We're going to figure it out together. I'm here for it.
It's no rush. You don't need a cue. There's no fuss.
Okay.
All you need is your favorite Jacobs and maybe a little bit of cafe-style magic, because luxury doesn't have to be reserved for out there. It starts right here in the comfort of your kitchen. attention, Mzansi. So pay attention and let's see if we can all do this together.
I believe we
Chris,
can.
I've had some water on the boil. I don't know if you want to maybe just pop it back on the boil in case, because I want to get that nice and hot.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much
And that's for our Jacobs, right?
Yes, and as you can see, we're using the caramel mocha. Have you had it before?
I love it. Graham and I are obsessed with it. We're like, it's a sweet treat at 6 a.m. and we're so here for it.
He doesn't wait till 6 a.m. and he has it like all day. He has a couple of them.
It runs through his veins.
That's actually his box. I had to steal it from his bag, guys. So listen, we're going to put this together and have a little bit of fun and be arty with it. So we've got some caramel to start and we've got our 2 cups here. Do you want to try one? I'll try one.
What are we trying?
We're going to try and like decorate this thing. So let's decorate the inside of the glass first with caramel. We're going to use like these spoons. You got big spoon, small spoon? Which one are you?
I'm always the small spoon.
Nice. Okay, cool. I'll be big spoon. And then you kind of want to take the end of this. Get creative, right? There's no like rules to how to do this perfectly. But what I'm going to do is take the outside of the spoon. Maybe that's a bit too much caramel. I don't know. We're going to find out.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, and then get creative, get artsy. I'm going to kind of go with like maybe like a little zigzag swirl.
That's good.
You see what's going on here? Yeah, something like that. So see what you can do. If you're at home and you have these ingredients already, start now. Otherwise, go get some. I'm going to start just making some more caramel layers on mine because I want like thick chunks on the edge of the glass for myself.
Same. Well, I'm going to do it at the base of it.
Ooh, nice. That's a good
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah. All right. Now that we are having fun and getting into our creative side, we want to obviously bring this together in a beautiful way. So, enter our Jacobs caramel mocha.
Beautiful.
I was supposed to go, so you went for like a bottom layer.
Yeah, I might do a top layer too.
I started with a swirl, now it's just like it's mush. It's just, whatever it is, it's going to work.
Divine.
It is going to taste divine. So we've got the water on the boil there right now. And then we're going to pop in our caramel Jacobs mocha. These things are delish,
so
to say the least. And something that I want to talk to you about, Mzansi, is obviously when this is paired with the salted caramel, right? Or when you pair the salted caramel with anything, the sweetness of the mocha is brightened, the chocolate caramel flavors become more pronounced, and it just creates like a sweet, salty synergy, something you're definitely going to experience in your mug. So I'm popping a sachet in. Chris, maybe want to do the same thing.
I do. Where does the salt go in? Oh my god.
It's so easy. Oh yeah, that's the fun part. Wait for that. It's coming, as well as the flame tools.
Oh my gosh, it's getting dangerous.
Okay, so water's boiled. We're going to pop that in now.
Do we pour it in?
Don't go all the way to the top because I've got some cream here, or some milk that I'm going to kind of cream. A little bit more? Just a tinge. Yeah, that's it. Nicely done. Okay, so you can mix that up a bit as well because we want to kind of get all the creaminess together from that caramel mocha. While you are mixing that up, as you can see, I'm kind of like creaming up some milk here, which is gonna, I think it's cream actually in here, might not be milk. That's gonna go on the top of this, right?
Beautiful.
And that is where the fun begins.
And I love that. Even if you didn't have it, look how creamy that is in and of itself. Ooh.
It is. I mean, without anything.
Anything.
Yeah, it's already an absolute game changer, but I'm gonna just pop some of this cream.
Wow.
I wanna be gentle with this because we need to do something crazy with this cream on top.
Okay.
Focus is
It's the latte art for me.
Yeah. I try to create a C there for your name. I don't know if you guys can see that, but...
Oh, it says Carissa.
Yeah, that's our signature. Okay. Now, the fun part, okay? So we've got some of this. We're going to sprinkle on the top. Okay, actually you can pop it a little bit more.
Sugar?
This is being sugar, obviously. So maybe a little bit more of this on top because this is what we want to like brulee and caramelize. And this is where the tools are going to go. So if you can't see the layer of sugar on the top, yeah, pop a little bit more on. You're not going to get too many complaints about a sweet top like that. All right, so enter this thing over here. It's on. I'm going to put the flame on. We click the button. Let me just make sure I know what I'm doing. Flame's on. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. But again, be careful if you are having kids in the kitchen or doing anything crazy. The flame is going wild. And as you can see, I'm just lightly caramelizing the top of this. I don't know if you can notice that.
I'm going to put more sugar as you go.
Yeah, maybe pop some more sugar on your side over there. Nice.
Yeah?
Ooh, yeah, that works. That works. Now we're talking.
It's teamwork.
Yeah, look how it's just coming alive.
Oh, it smells good too.
Oh, nicely done. I've never done this before. Have you?
No.
Do you want to try? Like, grab the power tool, go for it, yeah? Check out, it starts to like
I gotta be quiet.
Starts to literally like crystallize.
Toast up.
Look at us making brulee lattes. Bum, bum, bum.
Beautiful.
And then we've got a pinch of salt here that you kind of just want to add kind of around the edges there, just to give it that little balance of flavor.
Yeah.
But voila, Mzansi, I think it's done. We're going to have to do a taste test just to prove it. Do you want to go for it?
Salt on?
I did a little bit, just a little sprinkle. Cheers. I don't know what it's going to taste like.
Sweet.
I think so. Whoa.
That's so indulgent and delicious.
Oh, I got the sweetness on the tip there.
But it's like a little bit of crunch from the top, and then you have the caramel, the sweetness coming together.
Get in my belly. Guys, this is delicious. You have to try this at home. We're talking about the mocha coffee, which is these elements that is just cutting through the sweetness. So it's not too sweet.
Yeah,
it's got a hint of roasty bitterness. I think it's just adding this complexity and a balance that we really wanted. There's that caramel richness to it, the sugar on the crust, which kind of just hits the lips so perfectly, but I love it. High five to us.
High five, well
Nailed
done.
it. And I think for you, Mzansi, this is something you have to get involved in. Show off to your guests, and look how quick and easy that was. So simple.
And it looks good. Look at that.
It does. Layers of perfection right there. And
Layers.
speaking of layers of perfection, we got perfection coming your way, Mzansi. We still got Anika Kiana in the building, giving us some perfect music to send us off, and then an opportunity at winning lots of moolah.
Nice.
Don't go anywhere. We'll plug you on the good stuff after this. Ooh, this is so good.
So yum.
Who says no to a cappuccino? Jacob's Wunderbar.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand. Complete with premium Caesar stone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. Thank you for choosing us to take you through your Monday morning. A minute after 8 o'clock, let's get into those national news headlines for the final time. And we get started at the Gauteng Health Department, who has earmarked 100 million Rand to replace aging medical and heating infrastructure in provincial hospitals. Now, outdated boiler and heating systems have suffered increased wear under heavy seasonal use, leading to disruptions such as inconsistent hot water supply in May. In response, contractors were deployed immediately to fix breakdowns. Now, the funding is a proactive measure to ensure that critical healthcare infrastructure remains reliable and aims to safeguard patient comfort and service delivery across facilities ahead of the cold season that's coming up. In other national news, a second group of 257 SANDF troops withdrawn from Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo returned home yesterday to Waterkloof Air Force Base in Pretoria. Now, the first group of 249 soldiers arrived at the base last Friday. South Africa is withdrawing its troops following a decision to allow peace talks to resume in the DRC. Now, heavy equipment will be shipped home by sea, with final withdrawals expected to conclude by the end of the month. In your international news making headlines, Morocco is stepping up efforts to strengthen its water security by investing heavily in desalination plants, new dams and water transfer projects to tackle prolonged drought and rising demand. While recent rainfall has modestly improved dam levels, the country is pushing ahead with long-term solutions. Now, it currently operates 17 desalination plants, with 4 under construction and 9 more planned to ease pressure on dams and support inland farming. The strategy aims to curb water scarcity, livestock losses, food inflation, and rural unemployment, all worsened by climate change. Meanwhile, tensions between Israel and Iran have intensified, with both countries exchanging missile strikes for a third consecutive day yesterday. Iran fired ballistic missiles at Israeli cities, killing at least 14 people and injuring hundreds. One struck the Weizmann Institute of Science in Rehovot, a globally renowned research center. In response, Israel targeted Iran's defense ministry, energy infrastructure, and reportedly hit Mashhad airport over 2,000 kilometers away. Intelligence suggests Mossad drones disrupted Iranian launch systems. Now, European leaders are urging calm, while US President Donald Trump has offered to mediate. And closing off here, where pop star superstar Taylor Swift surprised young patients and their families at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Florida on Friday, turning an ordinary day into something truly special. Now, she spent time chatting with children, taking photos, and offering words of encouragement that brought both smiles and tears of joy. The hospital's hallways were filled with warmth and happiness as Taylor's kindness created a moment of light in difficult times. Now, the surprise visit left a lasting impression on patients, families, and staff alike. It was more than a quick hello. It felt like a heartwarming hug that will echo in their hearts for years to come. And I'm very sure that they've just gained more Swifties to join the Taylor Swift gang. Beautiful way to close up your news this morning. Let's get into your last bit of sports with Raul.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And one last time, let's celebrate as South Africans. Why? Because the Proteas ended a 27-year wait for ICC silverware by defeating Australia by 5 wickets on day 4 of the ICC World Test Championship final at Lord's. Now, Aiden Markram was named player of the match for his masterful 136 run, and which was also his 8th Test century. And this was anchoring the successful 4th innings chase. Now, on top of this, Captain Temba Bavuma added a vital 66-run innings as the Proteas reached the 282-run target, sealing their first senior men's ICC trophy since 1998. Oh, incredible stuff indeed, but not much the case when it comes to our rugger, because Leinster ended their 4-year wait for silverware with a dominant 32-7 victory over the Vodacom Bulls in Saturday's URC final at Croke Park. Now, the Irish side outclassed the Pretoria outfit from start to finish, handing the Bulls their 3rd URC final defeat in 4 seasons in a one-sided contest. Well, let's move to motorsporting action next, and George Russell claimed Mercedes' first win of the season, and this was at the Canadian Grand Prix, edging Max Verstappen by 0.228 seconds under a late safety car. Now, rookie Kimi Antonelli finished a brilliant 3rd, becoming F1's 3rd youngest podium finisher. And McLaren's Oscar Piastri took 4th after a dramatic collision with teammate Lando Norris, which ended both their podium hopes. Well, there's so much action when it comes to the world of athletics right now, and it looks like superhuman achievements are going down. And especially when it comes to Sweden's Armand Mondo Duplantis, who thrilled the home crowd by clearing 6.28 meters to break his own pole vault world record for the 12th time, and this at the Stockholm Diamond League. Now, with victory already sealed, the 25-year-old Olympic champion soared past his previous mark of 6.27 meters. And Duplantis celebrated wildly after his jump, finishing well ahead of Australia's Curtis Marshall with a jump of 5.9 meters. Incredible stuff and huge congratulations all around. But for now, though, it's one last opportunity to see how we can serve you when it comes to this holiday traffic. Carissa's got the latest.
Well, there's not too much to report on, as you can imagine, but we'll get started in Woodstock in Cape Town, where there's an unplanned roadwork that is taking place on the inbound ramp from Searle Street. Now, the two left lanes are closed, so do expect delays if you're headed out that way. Sitting in Cape Town, but heading over to Muizenberg. Due to the fire in Muizenberg, Boys Drive is closed to the public, so please go by an alternative route if you find yourself on that side of the city. In Johannesburg, there's a stationary vehicle on the R21 northbound at the OR Tambo interchange ramp. The shoulder of the road is closed, so approach with caution, and wherever you're headed this public holiday, make sure that you arrive safely. So we leave your roads for today. Let's get into your weather. Well, in your weather news, the South African Weather Service has issued a warning for very cold conditions from Wednesday through to Saturday, with maximum temperatures of 10 degrees or lower expected over parts of the Western Cape interior and the Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. Meanwhile, fire crews were deployed yesterday to contain a blaze on the mountain slopes above Boys Drive near Muizenberg. The City of Cape Town's fire and rescue teams do remain on scene to monitor the area. Now, the fire broke out on an unseasonably hot day, with Cape Town and surrounds experiencing temperatures in the high 20s. Now, let's check in with that final sunrise view of the hour and of the day. And this one from Stellenbosch, looking like you're on that long road. Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing what this morning looks like for you. Hopefully you're not on your way to work, and definitely on your way to make sure that you are enjoying the last bits of the long weekend. Or from your side of town, where you can experience 18 degrees, to us out here in Muizenberg in Cape Town, let's see what our morning view looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. If you can pick it up there, we've got a rainbow coming through over the mountain. Just a nice promise that today is actually going to be an absolutely stunning one indeed. With just 9 minutes after 8 o'clock, we just know that the rest of the day is going to be fantastic. 0630369649. That is where you can share the rest of the week's morning's views with us. For now, though, let's see what your temperatures are looking like for today.
I just want to find the leprechaun with all the gold. Where is it? Let's go get it. And I think the gold is the promise of a golden day. That's what's at the end of our rainbow this morning of Zanzin, especially if you've been sticking around, because we've got even more gold to give you, and especially when it comes to the daily lotto, and that's for an estimated 300,000 Rand in jackpots this Monday. So we don't want you to miss out. We want you to buy tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app. You can use cell phone banking or simply dial *120 *7529# and then follow the USSDs. Now, we put all these details on Expresso's social media pages, so you can literally go check it out right now, which will allow you to ponder, pusher, and play the daily lotto for an estimated 300,000 Rand in jackpots today, which could be a big payday for you. Literally, this is what's at the end of the rainbow. So get involved in it, and there's so much magic still to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Ain't that right?
And it's not just me that's the magic. We've got another beautiful woman that's here today. Anika Kiana is still in the building, and we can't wait to see another another performance from her. Also, she's been promising this burger.
I know.
Is it going to happen,
I'm
Kiana?
getting hungry. Hungry for music, hungry for that burger. And maybe you're also hungry for some moolah. But, ooh, hang on. Look at this.
That looks crazy.
Anika has set a high bar. Look at this. Is she mad? Wow.
No pressure, but all the pressure. Not only us, but the whole crew is hungry this morning. We came looking for it. What else is there?
We also got 100,000 Rand, a cool 100K to maybe boost your own hustle. So if you've got a project, you've got a company or entrepreneur, or you're looking for some inspiration, well, 100,000 Rand could do just that. You want to find out how? Stick around the corner. We'll show you exactly how to do it. Don't go anywhere.
Sanbonani Dumelanga Busheni. Hello, beautiful people. What's happening, Mzansi? Happy Youth Day, everybody. We are out and about in the streets of Johannesburg where the spirit of youth is in full swing, okay? The most important thing is that we are here to find out how you are celebrating this powerful day. Feel your vibe, your energy, your yes. But most importantly, see...
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, good morning, Mzansi. How you doing? And let me officially welcome you to our Youth Day edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now listen, see that it is Youth Day, of course. We've been celebrating for the last few hours, and we've been hearing from young people across the country about what this day means to them. So we thought, let's put it to Kuhle, and let's cross over to her in Joburg to see how things are shaping up out in JHP. Kuhle, good morning. How we doing?
Sanbonani Dumelanga Busheni. Hello, beautiful people. What's happening, Mzansi? Happy Youth Day, everybody. We are out and about in the streets of Johannesburg where the spirit of youth is in full swing, okay? The most important thing is that we are here to find out how you are celebrating this powerful day. Feel your vibe, your energy, your yes. But most importantly, see...
Just hang on a second. There seems to be someone standing behind you. I don't know who they are, but they clearly want to be on the camera. Do they have anything to say? What's going on here?
Oh, what? I'm so sorry. We're actually live.
Mama, I'm on TV. Yeah, so I'm Tabi Yusone. I'm a proud founder and CEO of a skincare brand. It's called Bakene. Now, we're dedicated to making skincare very simple, very effective, fun, and empowering to use for the youth of Africa. So gone are the days where you gotta use like 5 different products to achieve healthy skin. If you have acne, 2 products. You got uneven skin tone, 2 products. You got oily skin and dry skin, 2 products. Bakene is where it's at. Now you can get our products on our e-commerce store. It's www.bakene.co. That's it.
Mamela Tabis, I'm not going to lie, you've caught my attention there, but I want to dive into the real story. What's the real hustle here?
Let's just say I turned a hustle into something real, ne? But thanks to MTN Pulse Youth Hustle Hub, get it, guys. Get like a submit video, jiggy, hey man, happy MTN impa, support, impedimento, impa zaga, and also I'm uninvited, but I'm undeniable.
Certainly undeniable. It's simple as that, and you could be the next Tabiso. We'll be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Masithatha ngeskincare kaloku ithini le?
Bakene guys. .co.za.
Masame sozilanda.
I was just going to say, make sure you look before you cross that road. We don't want to lose you. But that was weird. We'll take it, though, and an absolutely interesting turn of events. But this is what's happening when people shoot their shot and take their opportunity. And I think this is an opportunity to give a shout out to MTN Pulse for backing young bosses like this. Bold, confident, and clearly man's ready to operate. So here's a question to you. Do you want to win up to 100,000 Rand to boost your own hustle? Well, MTN Pulse Youth Hustle Hub is back, and they are looking for the next 30 youth movers. So you're going to join MTN Pulse. Now, all you got to do is upload your 60-second video on your socials of you ripping your grind, right? Then we want you to tag MTNZA and then use the hashtag Youth Hustle Hub 2025 and the hashtag MTN Pulse, right? It's really easy. You want to dial star 411 hash, and then you can subscribe to the MTN Pulse. It's really simple. Your entries are going to start opening up tomorrow. That's June the 17th, right? So you'll get the real support, masterclasses, and mentorship, everything you need to level up. And I'm telling you, a cool 100K could definitely upgrade your hustle, just like we saw my mans there. And speaking of hustling, someone that's been hustling and celebrating all throughout this show is none other than Anika.
That's right. Anika Kiana is still with us, and she's going to perform one more song for us. It's called Kiss Me Hard. Absolutely love the title, but it might ring a little bell in your mind. Yes, last year she went viral for dancing to her very own song. And Anika, how did you remind me?
Anything. So basically, whatever the body, just move with
the body's moved, and that's what we're expecting from you, Expresso fam. She's going to take it away. We want you to move as the music moves you. Take it away.
Don't know what I'm feeling next.
Yes, I can definitely imagine just jamming out to this one like all of us were. Actually, you don't have to imagine. Ral and I were getting it down back then. Please give me a high five. You can't rest just yet, though, because we still have to make that burger.
Yes, yes, yes.
She's been promising we have to get into something delicious. It's got bacon, it's got cheese, and of course got a delicious, delicious burger along with it as well. And there it is on screen. But that's not the one that Anika made. She still has to get her hands dirty in the kitchen along with us. And then not only that, we're still shining a spotlight on the youth of tomorrow, and we can't wait to get into the goodness of more vocalists coming up straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And this morning, I'm pretty certain we can say we've been delving out all the feel good. And we're going to go into what's trending on TikTok right now. Now, we're celebrating youth and talent, but most importantly, heart. And 17-year-old Andrea Oakes from Zikufle High School just caught our attention with a video that's been making waves online with a powerful voice and a love for music. Also a natural gift for the keyboard. Andrea's journey has been shaped by her mom, also a talented singer herself, and the unwavering support of her family and her church community. Now, grounded in faith and filled with passion, Andrea's a rising star you'll want to keep an eye on. But before we chat to her, let's take a look at the video that's got everybody talking.
She has dreams to be an envy, so she's starving, you know, cover girls in nothing. She says beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything. What's a little bit of hunger? I can wait a little while longer. She fades away. She don't see her perfect. She don't understand she's worth it. All that beauty goes deeper than the surface. Oh, oh. So to all the girls that's hurting, let me be your mirror.
What do you do?
Happy to see you later.
See your studio. Yes, she is herself. Please give it up for Andrea. Woo! Beautiful. Now, that video garnered over 300,000 views, and your friend Alyssa just picked up her phone and recorded. What was happening in that moment?
We were just having fun. It was just for fun.
So do you just casually sing for your friends?
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness. And in that moment, she was like, no, I've got to record this.
And so she posted it and it became
viral. Yes. Girl, and how did you feel when you saw the views just going up and up the whole time?
I was excited and shocked, really.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect it.
Sure.
But, yeah.
And I'm telling you, after today, there are going to be another 100,000 views there. Absolutely beautiful. And then we have another video that also garnered so many views. So that was Alessia Cara's Scars to Your Beautiful. Yes. One of your favorite songs, I assume. Yes, all right, let's have a look at the second video.
Oh, babe, when you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing.
Whew.
And it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. sunshine and the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far.
Yes, that's one of my favorite songs, Andrea. Daniel Caesar, absolutely incredible. For me, it's the way you just casually singing. You're leaning against the wall as if it's a normal Tuesday morning. Absolutely stunning. So are those some of your favorite songs?
Yes.
Do you listen to a lot of like R&B?
Yes, I'm into such songs.
Okay.
Yes.
Who are some of your other favorite artists?
Old school, like Whitney Houston,
Ooh.
Celine Dion.
New school?
Nah, I don't.
Well, I mean, I assume some Daniel Caesar. Any local artists you like?
No.
Not really. No real local boy. That's okay. You are 17 years old. You've got a whole bright future ahead of you. Do you see singing as part of that future? Do you want to pursue this path?
Yes, I do. After school, I would like to further my studies.
Beautiful.
Especially in music. Music has always been a deep passion of mine, and I want to keep growing, exploring, and learning it at a higher level.
Beautiful.
Whether it means going to a music school, a university with a strong arts program, or even producing and performing my own work.
Wow. Have you written some of your own songs already?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, okay. We got to get into that too. Now, I know some people actually compare your voice to Paxton as well, who was also around about 17 years old when she was discovered too on a national platform, which was stunning. And this is also a national platform, which is so beautiful. I just love moments when energies come together and synergies come together as well. And if you could think of performing with anybody, would Paxton be somebody that you'd like to collab with?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I can see your voices coming together.
Thank you.
Do you listen to any of her music, like on radio or whatever it may be?
That time I used to a lot.
Yeah? When you were also a bit younger, when she was...
Yes.
And then if you could say something to her, would you say maybe she was also a bit of an inspiration for you?
She was an inspiration.
Yeah?
I do admire, really. Not just for her voice, but for how she carries herself and uses a platform.
Exactly, because even to this day, she's maintained her music. She's made sure that she's relevant. We're asking her, Paxton, where's the music? One day we want to see Paxton featuring Andrea, and we can't wait for that song. What's crazy is that it might even happen today. I don't know. I just feel like maybe if we could find Paxton somewhere, that would be... Oh, my goodness, that's so crazy. Oh, my gosh. Miss Paxton herself. Queen. Hello, Pax.
Hello.
We had to just bring make dreams come true. This is what we're about on Expresso. Oh my gosh, I said Paxton featuring, and maybe it's even Andrea featuring Paxton. It's called a manifestation station for a reason, right? We say it and then it comes to life.
I didn't expect her to cry.
It's a moment, Pax. Do you remember being 17 and also all eyes on you? Your vocals were put out there for the nation to enjoy. Do you remember that moment?
When I watched a video, it reminded me of a video that went viral in 2015, 16.
Sure.
Of me singing at school as well. And I really resonated with it. And I think if anything, I would probably just say that anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
Come on. And she did say all of her plans going forward, just 17, 2 years, 3 years time. I can't wait for her to come back with her own Angifuni, yes, her own songs that we can enjoy and collaborations. Hopefully one with the two of you in future. Are you okay? You breathing? How do you feel right now, Andrea?
Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I didn't expect it to be.
We would love a collab with the two of you. What if you just worked on something for us specifically? Would you say yes?
Yes.
Yes? Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Pax, thank you for this moment and thank you for coming through. This is where young stars are born. You were 17, she's 17, and I can just see the beautiful future ahead of you, Andrea. Are you going to sing for us?
Yes.
You are? Well, look at that. Is Paxton going to join you?
She can. She
Oh.
can if she wants.
You got to ask permission, you know what I mean?
I'm
We'll
excited.
see. Yes, exactly. We are excited too, Pax. And thank you, Expresso fam, for being here, backing us, supporting us, and backing our girl, Andrea, because we definitely see the brightest of futures lie ahead for her. Such beautiful work, ladies. This is what I'm here for. Yes.
Oh, what an absolutely special moment. Young superstars in the making. And you can clearly see how much that meant. But we're going to hear from them in just a bit. For now, though, let's keep it going and let's keep the special going because we've still got our other young superstar here. And we are in for a treat in the kitchen this morning because Anika Kiana is going to be whipping up one of her all-time favorite dishes. It's a smash burger with honey glazed bacon. And I could not be more excited. So I want you to think crispy, caramelized bacon, juicy smashed beef, creamy avo, and gooey camembert, all stacked into one seriously indulgent bite. Anika, you set the bar on this one, yeah?
I know, I'm kind of stressing now, to
Why?
be honest. It needs to look at it, it needs to taste good. So
It's going to be TV worthy, you say, right?
Yeah.
Why do we choose this burger, though? Is it your favorite?
It is my favorite.
your go-to?
I made it, the last time I made it was probably like a year or two ago.
Oh,
but
wow,
when I
okay.
had it, it was my absolute favorite thing ever. But yeah, it took quite a bit of time to make, so I'm hoping I can whip it up faster
Well,
today.
this is like an express version, obviously on Expresso. So have fun. I'm here to assist you however you want. And I don't think there's a wrong version because this is your version of the smash burger. So I'd love to see how you do your thing. All right, want to take us away?
Yes, okay. So first, what I start off with is I get the bacon. I have washed my hands.
Nice and done.
Okay, so I take the bacon. Are you going to also do it or must I just do it?
My hands are also washed. I
Okay.
can assist you.
So you can, well, actually, there's
What
not-
are we doing, though?
So
Painting it?
you, basically, you're going to glaze the bacon
Ah.
with honey.
Makes sense.
And then you take this thing.
Let's put that closer there. Just in
I don't
case
know
it
what the
spills.
names of, yeah, good
I
one.
don't even know myself.
I
But
don't know the names of these utensils, but yeah, I basically go
it
like
doesn't
this.
matter. The taste is the most important thing, I think.
Exactly.
So when you did make this about a year and a half ago,
Yes.
how did it come out? Was it a yay?
It came out amazing.
Ooh,
And what
okay.
I did was I actually, with the leftover like juices from the mince for the patty, I actually toasted the bun on it. So
Ooh,
it had like, it was
yum.
so juicy.
I love that. Okay.
So yeah, so now that this is glazed, you take this little bit of paprika,
Oh, so you're giving it like a little spiciness as well?
Yes,
A
you
lot of
just-
spicy.
sprinkle it on.
Okay. And like for you, someone that is performing, you're now in the event space. You were in
Yes.
Joburg recently as well.
Yes.
Well done on that.
Thank you.
Means you like road tripping. You don't always
Yeah.
have time to have your own comfort. So like when it comes to that end of the day, when you've just like hit a long session, recording, done an event, and you're looking for that comfort food,
Yeah.
what's your go-to like comfort meal? Just like make you feel good.
McDonald's probably.
Oh, what? Like a fast
like a
food
burger. Fast
Okay,
food
okay,
burger,
all
for
right.
sure.
I got you. That makes sense because it's convenient.
Yes,
Hence
exactly.
the burger, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
Quick,
cool.
fast, convenient.
So what do we do? Pop that in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
so
just going to do one piece because...
Yeah.
Okay, oh my God, I'm so scared.
Don't be scared, it's all good. It's just about to warm
Okay,
up, so it's not
great.
going to sizzle or anything crazy. And essentially, we replicate this with all the bacon, right?
Yes.
So all the bacon you'd get glazed. It's shrinking quite a bit. That's normal, right?
Yeah, it is normal, but I don't think we have enough time to cook all the pieces. But yeah,
Yeah.
so essentially you do the same thing with all the bacon pieces. And then while that is going, the
Burger, the
get
patty.
the actual patty ready.
Yeah,
Okay,
how do we do
so
that?
This you actually have to smash. I don't know if this one's a seasoned one, but yeah, normally I season the patty before with some onions, garlic,
Oh, of course.
you know,
Okay,
salt
cool.
and the rest. And then yeah, I'm just
You
gonna.
literally smash it with your hand.
This is what I do, but I see there is a spoon here. This is probably the more.
Nah, we don't care about it. We want to know you do it your way. We don't
Yeah.
care about these other versions.
But this is actually working better. To be
Is
honest.
it?
Yeah.
We like playing on the fly. Listen, I'm going to help you out with the bacon here
Yeah,
because
please.
it's looking good. It's getting crispy. I love the fact that you put a glaze on it because it means it's going to kind of like caramelize and
Oh my gosh.
Kiana, look at that. Look at your bacon right now. It's
It looks
looking good.
delicious.
Yeah, we got the crispiness. We got all
And
the
then I'm
good
just gonna
stuff.
Put this on.
And then in a separate pan, which I have put on now, and it is
Yeah.
hot, you now put the smash burgers there,
Yes.
right?
And then
So-
I'll just season it with some salt because I don't actually know if there is.
Nice. You know what I like about how you're doing your burgers is very similar to mine. I don't use oil for my burger either. So often
Okay.
people will like fry their burger up. For me,
Yeah, the oils, it has like the fattiness, like, oh, it's so good.
It does indeed. It's got a lot of that in it. And I think the natural fat is really awesome when you're using that on a burger, like a smash burger, because it adds that flavor.
Exactly.
It allows me to almost, and I don't know if you're going for this as well, but you kind of like encapsulate the flavor by
Yes.
like searing the outsides of the burger like you would a steak,
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
keeping all that flavor in. You've
And
more,
then-
more than just an incredible voice, huh?
And then, well, that's going, I normally just get the bun ready with some mayonnaise.
So you mentioned like toasting those buns earlier.
Yeah.
Would you use like maybe some of the leftover glaze or something to do that? That could
We
be quite,
yeah,
that could be
let's
quite
do it.
interesting actually,
Okay.
yeah? Do you want to
Yeah,
try it?
Let's try it.
Listen, we're trying to upgrade a recipe that's already been given, but oh yeah, it does work. Because we've got a little bit of this leftover glaze, Zanzi, so we can use that and kind of almost like toast these buns a bit.
That looks delicious.
It's going to be good. We just upgraded your classic already.
I know.
I love it. Okay, is anything else you need to get onto while we are busy here? We can like multitask.
I think maybe the cheese, I'll start cutting that.
Do you keep it like fresh or do you melt the camembert? How do you do that?
I just keep it
okay.
fresh
Okay,
as
nice.
is. Yeah. I know some people do like to melt
Yeah.
it. Let me actually use this knife.
Okay, so with the last bit of time that we do have, oh, look at that. The buns are crispy. I'm going to pop it on our makeshift plate over there.
That looks delicious.
Because it is coming together. Gianna
gonna
just
do some
absolutely
mayo.
showing us how you can do the most with a voice, with energy, with pizzazz, and when you get yourself in the kitchen. Should I pop the bacon on now or
Yes, please do.
wait for your smash burger, which has perfectly come together right now?
You are doing the
Oh.
most. I'm literally doing nothing.
No,
you are
I'm
doing
like your, I'm your sous chef. You like just telling me what to do and how to do it, and I'm just
I'm more like the sushi.
putting it together. All right,
Okay.
look at that, and you can just see a little bit of that ooey gooiness
Oh
going
my
on
gosh,
here.
that looks amazing.
Girl,
Okay.
I'm impressed, eh? Actually, I'm very impressed. I didn't think you were going to be able to pull half of this off.
Really?
I thought you were lying to us and going to like attempt it for the first time, but nah, you have nailed this. Look at that burger.
Oh, that looks good.
Remind them,
Okay,
Zanzi, you
let's
can
do
get this at expressoshow.com. This is our young superstar of the day's smash burger. It's camembert, it's glazed in honey. We're going to just show you how we finish this off and put it together.
Okay.
A little bit of a garnish.
A little bit of a sprinkle.
Oh,
And
my
then
word.
we
Anika,
flip
you've
this
outdone
on.
yourself.
Boom.
Booyah! Lettuce high five, just like that. ExpressoShow.com, and that is what it's about. Again, thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
music
you.
with us, your new music, and wishing you nothing but the best for your future. We
so
know
much.
you're going to be coming back here for more
Definitely.
celebrations, but for now, Happy Youth Day. It's absolutely official. And speaking of, we still got a lot to look forward to because you saw Paxton in the house, and we saw that young talent, and we're going to see them do something absolutely special in just a bit. So brace yourselves. We'll see you in just a bit. This is amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here, Expresso on S3 on this beautiful Youth Day. We are celebrating the youth for sure. Now, she first stole South Africa's hearts with her powerhouse vocals and chart-topping hits. And ever since, Paxton has continued to rise, redefining what it means to be a modern-day pop star.
Yeah, but listen, beyond the spotlight, there's an actual story of growth, one of resilience and reinvention. Now, this morning, we'll be catching up with our superstar Paxton to dive into her journey all the way from the music to the moments behind the scenes. And here's what's next from one of SA's brightest voices.
Now, we actually have a studio audience today, so
We
can
do?
we please
Yeah.
give her a feel-good welcome? Hello,
Royalty has
I'll
arrived.
come here more often if you can hype me up like this.
Yeah.
We're here for you. Any day you want, we'll give you the hype.
Every youth sale.
Thank you. And in between, because we've missed you.
I've missed you.
How you been? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
blessed. God
Busy?
has been so faithful.
Amen.
Busy working on new music. I was just telling Carissa, it takes everything in me to not leak my demo.
I was going to say, because there's this glow coming from you and it's
telling
oozing
you.
out. And I'm like, what are you holding back on your... Oh, I'm excited for this.
She made the mistake of telling me because now maybe I'm going to leak it.
You know what? Rather you than me.
We can work on like a whole PR stunt. Okay, we'll talk off air. We'll make this happen. We can't wait for the new music, but of course today we're celebrating Youth Day. And it's almost been, we were talking about this, a good couple of years since you've had your viral moment, just like Andrea, and also jumped on the national platform, did what you needed to do, released so many singles since. When you reflect on that journey, right, can you say to yourself, my youth self, and I know you're still young, was so brave and courageous?
Sure.
Honestly, I still struggle to wrap my head around the fact that I'm closer to a decade in the industry than I am to 30. And I'm 25 this year.
Come
so I'm going
on.
through like a mid-20s crisis.
What is that even?
What even?
Because I'm closer to 30 now.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's just been such a blessing. And just seeing how I've evolved and how I've gone through every season. Managing to be resilient, managing to stay grounded. A lot of that I owe to the fans as well. I feel like they are my reason for, you know, going. And
beautiful.
I'm excited to create new music, to create something that is a little bit more vulnerable than what they would expect. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's all you're giving us?
Well, you know I don't kiss and tell.
Oh.
I don't sing and tell either.
This excites me though, because the energy that I'm getting from you is that it seems like you're giving a new version of yourself in a sense that it's more raw, more authentic. I don't know, I'm feeling like you made yourself vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, with my project 2323, that was basically my diary entry for my early 20s. Now entering my mid-20s, I think I'm getting better at telling my story more vulnerably and being more open. And I've also been exploring with different genres, different producers, writers.
Wow.
I mean, there's power in collaboration.
I
There's
agree.
beauty in it. And I immerse myself in that completely, so.
I love this though, because this makes me understand that you're entering a new crescendo within your career, right?
Absolutely.
And for me, that's, you found your power. It's very easy for us to say I'm going to be vulnerable and to say I'm going to put myself on a page and give myself up and put myself out to the world.
Yeah.
But to be able to do that takes a bit of confidence, a bit of strength, and a knowing of yourself. So you've had to be present in this journey, obviously. But for me, I'm wanting to find out in this journey, though, how have you been present enough to stay relevant, to stay ahead of that curve, to keep pushing yourself? Because, I mean, you could sit on your laurels and be like, I've made it, I've done the most, everybody knows me, I can chill now. But you seem to stay hungry. What's the reason for that?
I think since choir days, music has always been a home for me. It's always been my safe place, my safe haven. And throughout my journey, that home has gotten a lot more character and it's grown and it's developed. And I feel like it can get a little bit bigger. There's always space. There's always space to create. And I think that's what keeps me going as well. Not necessarily focusing on relevancy, but focusing on my art and who it can reach, who it can motivate, who it can inspire. Because it's not just about music, it's way bigger than me. And I think when I realized that, I realized the urgency of the calling that was on my life and acting and walking in my purpose.
Come on, and thank you for saying yes to that.
Symbolically lay down some roots for yourself, which allows the tree to now further branch out, to flourish and then bloom, which is clearly the blossoming you're seeing right now.
And I'm picking those apples. I will eat those apples.
Thank you. No, I'm
stunning.
super heavy on the seeds that I grow and the seeds that I sow. Because we all want to sow seeds that will grow abundantly.
Yes.
And I've been super intentional about where I sow and who I sow into. Sowing into myself as well, not forgetting that. And once I kind of got into the motion of that, I've seen nothing but but faithfulness and
Absolutely.
abundance and faith.
Yeah. I mean, it's so evident all over your life, and we also get to enjoy that, witness it, and be a part of it as you release music. I want to hear Paxton on an Afrobeat song and also an Amapiano song. If it's the Manifestation Station, I'm putting it out there. Thank you very much. Well, that was such a beautiful moment that you had earlier with Andrea. Like we said, full circle, her at 17, you at 17, you going on to 25, clocking 10 years in the industry, and we definitely see this ahead for her as she introduces herself to South Africa, singing one of my favorite songs, Beyonce. Go ahead and do your Beyonce, Andrea. Enjoy.
Yeah.
To do you justice, Andrea, and get your mic working before you continue on your Beyonce moment. We're enjoying it here, but we want Mzansi to enjoy it as well in the best way that they can. So let's fix your mic, get you to sing. That was just a starting round, right? We'll get you to enjoy it in just a little bit as we get your mic going. It's one of my favorite Beyonce songs with this, and we'll get it restarted and get you going once again. There you go. This is live TV. Give it up one more time for Andrea. Woo! Come on. Taking on Beyonce's Listen. Please go ahead.
To the song here in my heart, a melody I start but can't complete. Listen to the sound from deep within. It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and turned into your own, all 'cause you won't listen. Listen, I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I've tried and tried
did that. Come on. Andrea, our next superstar. PAX got to witness your greatness as well as the rest of the country. How beautiful. I think it's safe to say the kids are going to be all right. Absolutely stunning. How are you feeling?
She absolutely smashed
You
it.
smashed that,
She killed it.
didn't she?
Yeah.
We were just mesmerized in the corner watching you and enjoying that goodness. You feeling good about that? Yes. Absolutely, man. Well, keep on showing her love and Zanzi across our socials at Expresso Shows when you'll find the beautiful Andrea. Show us some love and let her know that just like us, you enjoyed that just the same. We'll see you after this.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand. Complete with premium Caesarstone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, welcome back, you beautiful people. And yes, it is a youth day like no other. We've been celebrating all throughout the next 3 hours, and it has been amazing. So let's keep it amazing and allow you to win big when you play the Daily Lotto for an estimated 300,000 Rand in jackpots happening today. We don't want you to miss out, and you can do the following, right? You can buy tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# and follow the USSDs.
And please do that. All the details can be found on our Expresso social media pages. Check them out. Panda Pusher Play Daily Lotto for an estimated 300,000 Rand jackpot today. And you could just win big. And I feel like we've been winning big all morning. And I think we can send off into the long weekend just a little bit better.
Yes, please bring on Anika one last time. This is like a full 360 moment. She started with covers, she's got new music and has taken over South Africa and the world. And now she's doing it again, back where it all began. Let's go!